I don't want to do that.
Oh my God!
There you go. Bastards.
No! Oh man,
Oh,
we were
well,
gonna
then-
get. You know what? We'd probably get more listeners if we did it as an ASMR thing.
That would be interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So like 3 people.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
What
don't know.
were you doing as an asthma thing?
They had a whole,
The ASMR thing. Well, there was that commercial.
Don't ask.
Right.
The crinkly paper people and the let's brush your hair.
This is not an M. Night Shyamalan podcast. Please
Oh. Gotcha. The
As
ASMR or whatever it is.
ASMR, the ASMR, the tingly head people.
Yeah. It was either that or the Emily Blunt Nobody Talk movie.
Which
Well,
one
you-
was that?
You don't want to kill the guy from The Office.
No.
you can't. He's Jack Ryan.
That is dead.
Are those any good? Ow.
I like him, but I had to stop because
The stories.
no, it's just okay.
It's too much.
Well, it's not even that. It's too little. I'll explain. Rocks.
Yes.
You're an expert in this stuff.
Yeah.
If you are,
Of course.
it's rocks. I mean, come on. So if you were chasing like your link to a terrorist organization,
Yeah.
and you were basically tailing them, not even
Yeah.
chasing, but tailing them,
Yeah.
see who they hooked up with.
Right.
How many people would you have on that detail, knowing that this is like a serious, huge worldwide terror organization, and this is your one link that you know where it is? How many people do you think you'd put on that detail?
10.
One,
least.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, you basically did like 3 times what they did, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, okay, this is dumb. This is I can't. I mean,
Well-
I know the United States has budget problems, but I mean, come on, Interpol, they probably have budget problems too. But come on,
Well, the thing is if you read any John le Carre books, spies really they're just handlers. So
right?
so if this was if Jack Ryan was in a John le Carre story, which he is not,
Right.
they would have already had people in place who were the unseen people, the people who were teetering on the edge, and they just need extra money, and they'll tail anybody.
Yeah. Well, and if it's a John le Carre thing, then basically nobody would look as happy as they do in this.
No.
Everyone looks really,
They
really
do.
sad.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's only in. So I started reading those stories, and it's really cool because they always bring up budgets, which is so unsexy on any realm that it's
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Do we have the money for go check the budget and the Chancellor of the Exchequer to see if we could do this.
It's almost like the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Top trade routes.
It was, I forgot what book it was. It was like almost like 2 chapters just dealing with a budget on an operation.
So what you're saying is that like Ian Fleming was big on food, describing food.
Yes.
John le Carre was big on describing accounting.
Okay. Because actually that's probably the real part of it.
So I'm
That'd be
going
awesome.
to read him. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean to their credit, they did. I think Amazon and Wired published a thing where they had videos from essentially the 2 sides, people who are the 2 sides of Jack Ryan for real, like the field agent and the analyst.
Yeah.
And they're basically like, it wouldn't happen like that because we're basically, this is like one half of a double act, but okay, for the movie that's fine. And I'm like, okay, in the movie it's fine, or the show it's fine.
But you stopped watching.
I couldn't. It just bugged me so much.
Yeah.
That And it wasn't just that. There was a couple things, niggling little things, and then that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. This is nuts.
And he always looks fresh. I mean, it's like
no, not really.
So he looks haggard, and
he looks like he's not having the best day. And the scene, there is a scene that they have in one of the trailers where he goes to interrogate this other guy, and it's basically like, oh yeah, this is actually my first time. How am I doing? And it's great, and it's I like him a lot, so I might go back and watch it just for him.
Right.
But I am so far behind on everything that I like. I haven't started Haunting of Hill House.
Well, here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
Don't even worry about it. So at the end of the year, we're in a new year, 2019.
That's what I've heard.
There was a TV reviewer that actually says I have to give up because there is over 500 hours monthly of new television. He cannot keep up at all. Can't keep up.
And he's like the one guy hired by the Oklahoma City Tribune to.
No, it's New York Times.
Oh, you
well,
New York Times.
The thing is, they expect you to keep fingers on everything that's cool and hot, but even the stuff that's good is too much of it, though.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And now with Netflix, you have that influx of people crossing into watching foreign shows and stuff. It's like, well, this is a hot one. Or that Hallmark show. Or no, not Hallmark.
Hallmark?
No. Lifetime. The You one.
Oh, God.
About the weird stalker guy.
Yeah.
So now they can repurpose a show that wasn't doing well on one channel.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it onto Netflix, and all of a sudden you have a winner. Sorry, Dom. You were going to say.
Netflix original, too.
Mm-hmm. Dom, you were going to say
what you got, Dom?
I've got a shit ton because about that thing. I keep being asked about, have you watched this? What did you think about that? What did you watch this? What did you think about that? Because we cover everything on the German podcast. I do. And at a certain point, I was just like, no, I'm not going to answer that. I'm just going to find my niche again. And at one point, because I'm doing that Stephen King podcast, I actually had to watch one of the adaptations in 1.5 the speed because I couldn't keep up.
Wait,
wow.
which adaptation?
Oh, it was one of the horrible ones.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah. Like Children of the Corn 6 or something?
That's the problem. That's the one thing I have to do next. Is like I have to compile a list of all the adaptations of Night Shift, and I have to go through all of them. And there is about 10 movies of Children of the Corn.
Oh, God.
So I'm not sure I'm going to watch them all.
Well, the good news is that after that, he stopped that shit.
Yeah.
Children of the
actually
Corn.
did?
Oh, yeah. Children of the Corn is what broke him.
Yeah.
Your standard contract for film rights automatically has sequel rights built into it. But after like 14 Children of the Corn movies, he was like, nope, fuck it, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he watches them all, and he has a high tolerance for bullshit. But after a certain while, I think everybody snaps.
Yeah, and he.
That should be a title of a book. Everybody snaps.
I think.
That could be my long delayed column about everything I hate.
I like it. But no, and of course, he still does the thing where the
Dollar Babies?
Yeah, the Dollar Babies, which is
what?
awesome.
Wait, what? How
Okay.
do I not know about Dollar Babies?
Dom, explain.
It's pretty much this. If you're a student of film and you want to adapt a so far not adapted Stephen King story, you can do that for $1.
As long as the rights are available.
Yeah. And you're a student. You have to prove that you're enrolled and everything.
Oh.
So it's still a pretty fair deal because that's the one thing as a film student you're grasping for is material that you haven't written yourself because you probably suck at writing, And the other thing, well, if I can put Stephen King's whatever on it, I might sell. So.
Yeah, and that's how. Oh God, Shawshank Redemption.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No, that's how the guy who did Shawshank Redemption started. What? I'm blanking on the name.
Okay.
Frank Darabont?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Frank Darabont. That's how he got his start. He was a dollar baby for Stephen King.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yep,
It must have been ages ago.
it was.
Yeah.
And that's a film that just will not go away.
They're reissuing it in theaters too this year. So
Oh, good. Are they going to shave off the unnecessary 2 minutes at the end? No.
it's an
they're not
edit.
going.
Actually it's a director's cut with like 10 extra minutes
No.
and something else.
I would
already
love
has
it. The
too
director's
many
cut
There's
would-
a dance number. Don't you
No,
know?
it's shorter than the original one, but they just
Okay.
redid. It's a re-edit more than an extension thing.
Oh, thank
That-
fuck. Maybe they fixed the
that's
ending.
what I would love to see is like the final cut of Dune, and it's 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Just
Wait,
Oh,
which one?
somebody's-
There's a 20 minutes. Like, the only one I ever watched. So
Yeah.
it must have been the Lynch one.
Okay. Because the the Sci-Fi Network one wasn't bad.
No.
I mean,
I didn't see that.
it wasn't bad. It had the same problem as the book, meaning you had a lot of buildup, and then it just went, and then war. The end.
Oh, nice.
Watch a good war movie then. Okay. Good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Dom,
Yeah.
I started watching Stromberg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had to process that word for a second there. Okay.
Yeah.
The German Office. You watched it?
Yes. Well, I'm starting. I'm about 4 in.
Is it with subtitles or?
Well, here's the thing. I got a Roku from, your place, sort of where you come from, but then it didn't have any
We
subtitles
can
at
name it.
The
all.
Fortress of Doom.
No, the thing is, I was going to say it, but the first thing that came to my head was East Germany, and I was like, no, that's wrong.
I'm talking to you
On
from the
so many
past.
levels.
They had to
Sorry.
pitch it over the wall to get it to you,
Oh my
right?
Sorry.
God, we're
That's soon going to be
talking.
that's
This
soon going to be
Brett.
called no, that's soon going to be called Texas. Anyway,
No, it's 1984, people.
so anyway,
Yeah.
I have another friend of mine who is German,
Yeah.
and she brought a translated version over. So
Okay, so it's dubbed.
it's dubbed with subtitles. Yes.
Okay.
And
So
there's-
how
what is
do
it,
you
dubbed
like
up?
it? Because that's an acquired taste, no matter if you like The Office or not.
It's okay. I mean, I my grandparents and a chunk of my grandma's family and cousins stuff are all German, so I sort of get the humor a little bit. It's much starker than the regular Office, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Which I kind of like.
But it takes
Wait,
place.
put
in-
it between-
Wait. Starker than the Brit one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put
Okay.
it between. I kind of put it between, like you have the British Office, then this, and then the American one. Kind of, if you were sort of to put it on a bookshelf.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's kind of it's interesting to see an adaptation of it, and I think I'm gonna do what my friend suggested I do, and that is just watch it completely free of preconceptions of The Office and just watch it.
Don't compare it, although the first season is pretty much uses the storylines from the original
Yeah,
Office.
which
But I
has
haven't
actually
watched
really
it.
helped. Which has really helped.
Yeah, and the thing is, it takes place in an insurance company, so the office level is a lot more bureaucracy, a lot more German, and it's written very, very well when it comes to dialogue and mood, because everybody who's ever been inside of an insurance building in Germany, it's like, yeah, that's pretty much the atmosphere there. Everybody wants to kill
Yeah.
themselves. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, then you should because there's the Brazilian one. You should find that, and I think there's like one a
Yeah.
Scandinavian one or something.
Yeah, and I think Monday I'm seeing
Does
not
nakedness and dancing break out
no,
in the Brazilian one?
Stereotypes for 100.
I know.
but Monday I'm seeing From Far Away. That German thing was nominated for the Oscar.
I mean, I would
Not Far Away. That's it.
I would.
Everybody around here hates that stuff, actually.
Oh, I was about to say, if it's a film worth watching, don't watch it from far away. I mean, get close enough where you can
Yeah.
see what the hell's happening.
You actually went for that one. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course he did.
That was
So-
not low-hanging fruit. That was right
So-
below your ankle. So
Anyway,
know.
Dom, I thought you'd be excited that I was
I needed
making
I needed the exercise.
I am. I'm
No.
actually Stromberg is pretty much the, that's right diving into pop culture that is really tough to translate.
Well, I was told sort of stay with it the first season. It's a good way to get into it because it's almost verbatim, and then I've been told it kind of goes off a little bit, and then
It takes up.
and then it's much more German.
And
after
there,
season one.
yes, it is. And there is a movie at the end. Actually, after the last season, they went
Yeah.
for a movie, which is pretty well. And the plot I pretty much predicted at an accuracy of about 85%.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
almost proud of that one.
Wow. So let's see. There's the British American German, the French version, which lasted 1 year, the
Oh,
French Canadian version, which lasted 2 years, the Chilean version, which lasted
Yes.
1 year.
Yes.
There was a Hebrew language Israeli version, which lasted 4 years.
what about South Korea?
No, but there may be a North Korean one, but we wouldn't know, would we? The Swedish one,
True.
the Swedish one lasted 1 year. So did the Czech one. So did the Finnish one.
Yeah.
So, freaking 10 offices.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais
Wow.
is just printing money with that one.
Yep.
Can you
Yep.
blame him though? I mean, come on.
Not at
No,
all.
no. That's fine.
There's a really great Czech version of 227.
What?
What? Is
Yeah.
The
there?
numbers?
Yeah. Yeah, the TV show.
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
a
They adapted that into a TV show for Czech television.
You fucking with me?
No, because when I was there, I was watching TV in the hotel, and I'm like, why is 227 on and dubbed in Czech? And I asked somebody in the lobby, one of the concierges, like, oh yeah, because in the Czech Republic they show the American version of the show before the Czech remake after it. So if you were watching like Full House, you would watch the American Full House dubbed in Hungarian, and then afterwards the Czech or Hungarian version of Full House with their version.
Wow. That reminds me that we actually had German adaptations of Married with Children and Who's the Boss.
Yeah,
God.
I've seen one of the Who's
Wow.
the Boss ones. It's pretty wretched.
It's horrible. And the thing is, the original shows were on the same channel, extremely successful, and nobody understood why they did that. And still it had ratings. I don't get it. People are stupid.
Which is reminds me of another television show I need to watch, which is Comrade Detective.
Oh,
That is
yes.
funny.
Yes.
That is great. Yes.
That just I go back and watch that trailer just when I need a pick me up, just because it's so fucking hilarious. All right, so we're back. How about that? How about that Avengers Endgame commercial?
Wow.
Yes.
The fluffer.
Yes, seriously.
Have you heard the theory that they digitally removed a character from the trailer?
Yes.
Well, they've done it before.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. They've
which character do we know?
Spider-Ham.
Mort the Dead Teenager.
Howard the Duck.
Spider-Man.
Or
Hey,
might,
it is-
Joke. I'll get to your guys' joke in a minute.
It's the
might
year
be-
of the pig.
It might actually be Stan Lee in that because it's not very funny right now if he snaps. his-
Yeah.
Mm,
But he wouldn't be in the trailer.
He was in one of the trailers for Deadpool too.
Yeah. That's Deadpool though.
Yeah, but it's Stan Lee, so you know.
Yeah.
Like I want to be in a trailer.
Move to Missouri.
What?
So Dom, what'd you think of that Super Bowl?
I only watched the teasers. I don't watch the game. I
See,
don't
here's
get
the-
football.
There's
the
an
thing.
anonymous giraffe fucking
Rob, are you
around with
okay,
my
by the way?
non-agenda.
Dom, here's the thing. They're on the internet later. You don't have to watch the game.
I haven't watched the game once. I was once at a Super
Yeah.
Bowl party just to see how it would pan out, and it's pretty boring to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. Oh yeah.
I can imagine what your party was like too. It was pretty sublime and pretty mellow. And then Moron 5 came on, and all the Germans all across the land of Germany laughed hysterically in unison at America. And then when they were done, they went back to being quiet and doing their work.
No. Sometimes it would be nice if it were like that because it would be really quiet.
All I have to say is you gave us Kraftwerk and Hansa Studios, and we gave you Maroon 5.
Thank you for that one.
And a book.
Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Is
Sorry.
Maroon 5 now among you guys the biggest joke you've had all year?
I've
so
been using
far?
it as an adjective all day. Like, like Monday, I said I had a Maroon 5 kind of Monday.
So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
jumping the shark
Yes.
Mhm.
a little bit. Okay.
But you know, Americans have been looking for a punching bag to replace Nickelback for years. So
You've Trump.
that
That's almost too easy.
first of all, okay.
Sorry for sucking the air out of your lungs.
I'm sorry.
So-
First of all, you kind of can't make any jokes about dictators and be German or Italian or North Korean.
Well, I don't
Or
know.
Spain.
I know my way around them. So
That's true. And we're learning. Actually,
Yeah.
one of my favorite articles from early on was what's it? I think it may have been from Germany, where a guy was like, okay, so America, you're not used to this. Let me give you some tips.
Yeah.
yes, that was
Yes.
German one. I'm pretty sure.
That was
The other,
great.
the other thing that was great though about the game outside the trailers is all of the Onion stuff that was popping up during the game. Like the Onion was they were just on fire.
Yeah, they were killing
Oh.
it.
For a
Yeah.
second, I didn't think of the medium of the website. I actually thought of an onion. I was like, what the fuck?
It goes with the turnip. It's
yeah.
he's the vice president.
And okay,
Yeah.
so the commercials were dreadful too, except, and I know a lot of people took, to the air on this one. And this is how sad it is. So the Andy Warhol Burger King.
Oh my
commercial-
God, that was great.
Oh, I know, but okay, let me ask you this. Immediately, did you say to yourself, is that Benedict Cumberbatch? I did. I'm
Really?
like, yes, because I'm like, what?
He could
I'm
play
like,
him
See,
differently.
he could.
Let's
But
see-
and then I'm like, oh my God. I said boom on this one because I
There's
thought that was great.
There's this British Brexit movie where he plays the lead,
that's really good.
Yeah.
and he looks so different. Cumberbatch has
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
a face that is perfect for an actor because he can look very handsome and very ugly and very interesting.
Mhm.
You just need
Yeah.
to change a few things, and
Yeah.
also he's a brilliant actor, so that helps too.
But it was
yeah,
just like it
yeah.
was, and apparently Rob, isn't that clip actually like 10 minutes long, really? And they just
I think so.
cut it.
Yeah.
but
it's
it's
at the-
it's
It's at the
great.
Whitney thing on
Yes.
Warhol right now. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like 12 minutes, I think, but it's awesome.
How long is that
Yes.
Sleep movie? It's about, I don't know, 10 hours.
Yeah. See, I watched all the commercials. I had a friend of mine saying, "Okay, this is the commercial. Pick it up, Palma," and I'd go watch them. But I basically I worked for a little bit, sort of the early evening, just because why watch TV?
Mhm.
But I watched Black Sunday in the morning, and then later in the day,
Of
2 minute
course,
warning.
that's
Wait,
a good Super
wait.
Bowl thing to
Black,
watch.
Black
I
Sunday, the
know.
Super Bowl one, or Black Sunday, the like Giallo film?
So I watched the movie, the old school movie from the 76, where they've got the think the bloom from-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then 2 minute warning was made in 77, and the best thing in it is that Walter Pidgeon plays a really terrible pickpocket, and yeah, but like David Jansen's in it, and Charlton Heston, and you can tell Charlton Heston's in all these scenes with John Cassavetes, and John Cassavetes just looks at him with utter contempt. It's pretty great.
Like all of us did after Bowling for Columbine.
I looked at him before that. I mean, I remember when he came to Dragon Con and he was just,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, who?
The year
What
Charlton
is
Heston
this
came to Dragon-
place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But that Warhol commercial was great. It's like,
yeah.
and the first thing I watched it on the phone. I'm like, nobody is going to get this. The only people that are,
No.
the only people that are going to like this are me and Rox and Laurie Anderson, and the rest of the country is just not going to care.
Bring back Maroon 5.
No,
You
people
know.
are like, "Oh my, what?" Anyway,
Yeah.
the one that really picked it up and had a really good article was ArtNet.
Oh, I have to look at that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, yes, that was Andy Warhol. And then there's a lot of people going, "What? I don't understand." And then I think they're rolling out a new mystery box. Is that correct?
Yeah, they are, but I wish it was an Andy Warhol mystery box.
Yeah. Well, somebody made one up, and there was like
Yeah.
a ketchup bottle and
Heinz
a
thing,
and a wig.
You know, if I know Widge has got a lot of commercial sponsorships lined up for us, but if anyone at Burger King would like Rox and I to make mystery boxes for the Burger King company, we would be more than happy to do that.
More than happy.
We've
Yes,
already done enough
hashtag
damage
that.
with Burger King.
Hashtag that.
We could dress toughly up as the king.
Oh, no, we've already done enough with the fucking king. That's all on us.
Yeah,
We're sorry, world.
I know, but there's a new video of the king just doing a painting.
Yeah.
He's painting. Have you seen that, Widge?
No, I have
It's
not.
awesome.
They're
It's
bringing him back. Yeah.
I don't know that he left again.
Well,
you know, it's just
Were we able to?
Yeah.
Were we able to banish him again?
it's a weird world we live in, man.
Yeah.
Burger King is painting and Ronald McDonald's hanging on crosses, and the whole world is going to hell.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Can't
what?
wait for
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
Can't
What?
wait for the next movie.
There's an art exhibition in Israel that people are freaking out about because somebody put a picture of like a sculpture, and instead of Jesus on the cross, it's Ronald McDonald.
he's our
Yeah.
savior.
Did he die
Because-
for our sins?
Well,
Yeah.
he's the only one that can make food that lasts forever. It's like, splitting loaves and fishes, right?
Him and Spam and Hostess with their Twinkies.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but the thing is they went on record with the little dome thing of
Yeah.
the burger
But here's the
lasting
thing,
for
it's not
Yeah.
food.
20
It's
years.
just not
yes,
food.
it is. Yes,
No.
it is.
I eat at McDonald's, but it's not food.
Why do you
Why do
eat?
you eat at
there?
McDonald's?
Why
I'm
do
sorry.
you
Oh,
buy?
whoa.
Oh,
What?
no, I've heard that overseas better. We did not go into a Netherlands burger McDonald's. We did not go. I'm like,
Yeah.
just-
Dom, stay away from McDonald's.
I know.
I don't go there often. Don't worry.
Dom, have you had White Castles yet?
No, I've never been close to a White Castle, no matter where I was. in the
Oh,
world.
I'm gonna freeze something and send it to you.
You could get them boxed. You could
Yeah.
get them on the Amazon.
I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure that you cannot easily import meat product.
All right, here.
Oh,
You know what,
Terra
Dom?
Share,
They're
you
just
can get anything.
Dom. They're
Mm.
just like crystals. Have you eaten a crystal?
Meth?
No.
No, he just makes it.
Well, I don't
Oh,
know. Some people would probably think it is, but no. It's just like a White Castle. So
Yeah.
eventually, in the far future, when one opens up in your area, you'll thank me. Just okay.
I'm gonna make this happen.
Are you okay?
Still
Somehow.
waiting on that autograph from Scott Bakula, so he is
Oh, well, just remind me this
Wow.
this crap. You gotta remind me. I'm
No,
forgetting.
no, bring it up on the
He
podcast.
is
That's a better idea.
Yeah, just bring
Like
it up
that.
each
I didn't forget.
time.
I just gave it to somebody else.
Oh, that's fine.
And it says
though.
Dom
Wow.
too.
Dom.
Like, wait, my name's not Dom.
I'm a sub. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was waiting forever to make that joke.
Oh no,
Yeah. All right.
no. There's a State of the Union speech tonight.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
we're not,
Is it going on right now? No.
I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we're podcasting.
That's a good distraction.
Way to kill the room.
Okay, so
Leave it to the German. to
No,
kill the
guys,
room.
please. What is the state of your union right now?
we don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, Jesus.
Total.
You're asking this with me on? No.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be an hour and a half. No. Have
In
you seen
5
this
sentences or less.
game? Have you seen Das Boot? It's a metaphor.
Mysterious?
Yeah, it's a metaphor for the sinking American civilization.
So I've only seen the movie, the old 80s movie, and so
Yeah.
you guys don't talk much, and there's high pressure around you, and you have to keep quiet. So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
It's
Well, we
like,
covered that with asthma earlier.
see, it's like all the
Yeah.
president's men dumb, but real.
Just whisper.
Or realer.
Stop whispering. It's scary.
Listen, it's relaxing.
No, it's not.
It's relaxing.
Soylent Green is people.
Okay, this could be really bad.
Or is it a throb?
Yeah.
So
Rox and I are gonna start our
has
own
has
Mumblecore
anyone
band.
has anyone seen the horror on YouTube that is mukbang?
No.
Bang.
No.
I hate
Okay.
to ask you this, but okay, what is that?
Okay, my crazy boyfriend, Mister, sent me this video. It's like, have you seen this? You watch weird stuff.
So that's-
Okay,
Do you mean mukbang?
mukbang,
Where
yeah.
people eat in front of
Eat-
the camera?
Yeah, it is
What?
in freaking insane. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
They're eating in front of the camera.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but they're eating mass quantity of food in front of the camera.
Oh, lovely.
And there's drama from one mukbanger to the other. And so it started in Korea because, yeah, there you go, mukbang. Yeah, look that up, kids. And you know what? Because I can't unsee this, I'm making you guys can't unsee this. So you're going to look this up. So you're going to share in my misery. So the first video is this chick that buys $160 worth of seafood, and she's eating it.
Food.
Seafood, yeah. I mean, it's a mountain of food. It's crazy, insane. So apparently, well, of course, I think the Western people just took it to an extreme. So in South Korea, apparently, so people are finding, they used to eat communally. So
Yeah.
now all of a sudden people are eating by themselves. So they're lonely. So people are making these videos, like this one guy's eating an Oreo cookie. But it got picked up in the West and it just exploded to be
It got
insane.
perverted.
Yeah.
Perverted. That's it, perverted.
Perverted.
Oh my God. It's so you get these people, they're eating and then they're crying and then eating some more. And I'm thinking, you guys are all going to die next week.
And because they're
What?
getting hits and because they're getting money for the videos, it just starts to
Because-
be another Instagram bullshit thing.
Okay. It's not like they're eating large bowls of salad, Widge. They're
Okay.
eating like, here's my feast. Oh, okay. My favorite. Well, not really favorite. His name is Mercado Avocado. Okay. So he'll go out and buy, I know.
What?
Yeah. He bought Cracker Barrel. So he's from the north and he's like, I just love Southern food and I'm going to try it. So of course I had to watch it because he had grits and I needed to hear him say it needs sugar
What?
because he thought it was cream of wheat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just found a video that just this is oh god, this is just everything that the internet is right now. It's a guy with a lot of tattoos. He's on his skateboard. He's talking about what he's eating and what his workout is, and it has almost 2 million hits. So that's the internet right now.
Yeah.
You don't need
And
to have any sound on it. You just okay. This is the internet.
No, I put up a picture, a video of a squirrel. I only got 2 hits on it.
Well,
I
what did the-
can't tell.
What did the squirrel eat?
I don't food. I threw it out. Seeds.
Wait, you threw
was-
out
I
the
was-
squirrel?
I wish. No, I was trying actually. So, being in Florida, the robins were migrating last week. So I was trying to get some photography of some robins that just looked like they were carpeting my yard. But unfortunately, the squirrels intervened. So that's what I got.
The squirrels intervened.
So I guess it's my version. It's my, oh my God. I got to relabel it. Mukbang squirrel. Forget it. No, I'm done. See you guys.
How many squirrels can you eat in a day?
So confused.
I gotta relabel it.
Yeah, I am too.
So I bought the David Hasselhoff tickets.
All right.
Really?
I want
Really?
a t-shirt. I'll send you money.
Yeah, I want a shirt, but it can't be white.
Small.
Yeah. Well,
When is it? When is this concert?
I think it is in December, so
You
quite a
think?
while off.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll send you money. I'll save my pennies, my
Yeah.
pfennings.
I have
My
a couple
marks.
I have a couple burned CDs I can send you guys if you want either of them. One's a whole cover, his whole covers album. It's terrible.
They're
Someone
all
gave
on
it to me.
Spotify. Didn't somebody gift Lee one of his albums?
I don't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that Lee did get a recording of him doing It's Raining Men, but I don't know how she got that.
God.
So after I swallow, there is a little tingle on my tongue.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Lee, John, did you see they're going to reboot Lost?
What?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, that's the best joke I heard all year.
No.
Was terrible the first time around, so who the fuck cares?
Hey, you just lost
It
in the
was
translation.
terrible.
You just lost
That
in
was
the
a good
translation.
one.
If anybody's
Yeah,
coming from that,
Rob, are really?
I'm going to send it. Really?
I think you're lying.
Well, I mean, the law of relative development demands it. So,
I mean, we get a new Twilight Zone, didn't I?
yes,
Yeah.
that commercial was great.
Was it okay? Because
Yes.
I heard about it. I'm like, I don't know, because this is the third time they try to resurrect it.
Just watch the commercial and then see what you think.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. From Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
So apparently they're looking at a NYPD Blue sequel series.
Oh, God.
So they're talking to JJ and Carlton Cuse about it. I think it's Cuse. But yeah, they're just talking about it at this point.
Oh, good.
So that could, you could expect it in like 2029 or something.
Yeah. After the 20th season of Quantum Leap, that's never going to show up.
Oh yeah. So Rob, this is this Dollar Tree Haul thing.
Yes.
Wait, what?
1.8K views.
Yes.
In 20 hours.
Yes.
What?
It's 14 minutes.
Yes.
What?
Oh my god. I need
Yes.
to do. Wow.
We need to do something, Rox.
Yeah, we do.
I'm just saying.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, how about introductions?
We already
Oh.
did them.
Gosh, you're such a killjoy.
Yeah, we have to figure something out, Rox.
What do we do?
I don't know.
Capers. We need
We've
to
been
do
here for 5
capers.
hours. You want to do introductions now?
Yeah, but I just want to know first, Roxy, talking about like executing a caper or eating capers?
I
Both.
don't know.
Both.
Or
Okay.
or the superheroes that wear capes. Killing those.
Mm,
Caper. Yeah.
yep.
John,
All right.
you're out. John, you're out. Forget it.
All right. So, nice. All right. So the call for introductions has been made. So we must therefore do introductions, and we'll do them starting now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Weekend Justice. It's the Weekend Justice podcast here on NeedCoffee.com, the #1 audio internet train wreck. And we're here in the Hall of Weekend Justice, where we have the Weekend Justice League, and I will endeavor to introduce them. Going from my right to your left, we have Dom is with us. Hi, Dom.
Hello, my sleep rhythm is free jazz.
Hey.
I'm so very sorry.
It's fine. I was actually about to go for a run when I realized, oh, it's time for Weekend Justice, because I've been running in the middle of the night lately.
You're not the first one in Germany to run in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but I get back home. I get back where I started.
Oh, oh.
See,
sorry.
oddly
There's a
enough,
horrible joke I want to ask right now, but
mine
I'm
was
sorry.
mine was so much more innocent. I was just picturing the Midnight Express trailer. So whatever.
Oh,
Oh God.
I'm sorry,
and,
Rich.
okay, and of course, that's Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Wow, you know, the feeling that you just have to apologize all the time, That's how we felt for years.
We
Actually,
also
we
have
still do, to be honest.
we're gonna be doing that for a while too. Rox the Spaz House is here. Hi, Rox.
Hello.
And we have John from the Unique Geek. Hi, John.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. I feel better already.
Well played, sir.
Yep.
Doesn't it need like a very bad pun? Like, I will take my turn at this table or something like that. Really, really poor pun.
That's not
Yeah.
how Asper goes.
He's laughing. He's laughing. Let him have this one.
Oh my God, Rox.
I know.
Could you
There's
imagine-
only so much he gets.
Rox, could you
What?
imagine if there was a rapper named MC Asmer? It would be like MC Hammer, but as
And,
like-
oh my God! Yeah. How would you?
Stop Asmer time.
too legit, too legit to quit.
Wait, would that mean that MC Asmer was actually afraid of Asmers, just like MC Hammer is actually afraid of hammers?
Yes,
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
that's
Damn
correct.
that Asmer.
That's correct.
This is basically that. You know what? The Asmers are like the antithesis of Brian Blessed,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
who is touring the UK, and I'm so pissed.
Yeah.
Ah.
No,
You know
you'd
what's
love it.
what's really
funny.
weird
Oh, he's
are the
boring, or
ones
he's
that
alive? What are you pissed off about?
if you
Flash
watch
has survived.
I'm pretending I'm brushing your hair.
I'm pre-
Okay, that's creepy as fuck.
It is. All you have to do is watch one of those videos with some chick like
They are either creepy or they're almost porn. There's nothing in between.
yes.
well, that's the same thing with the
Yes.
I was scared. Oh, honey, or both.
The sad thing is, we're just gonna go upstairs later, and Cosette's gonna be like, "So, how was the podcast?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh, you know, Rox and the guys were talking to Asmer," and she'll just say, "Of course they were."
Yeah, that's about how it goes.
or I text her and say, whisper it, John.
Ah!
Get the trash out.
That was last night.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What do you mean my license is expired? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to do one where it's like, you do the asthma because they're all like, oh, let's do an eye exam or your hair. It's like the DMV lady who's doing asthma.
No,
That's
oh,
for your
this is perfect.
taxes.
No, this is great. What you do is you do something like that where you go to the DMV and you're whispering, and she's like, "What? Speak up!"
I'm an asthma person. I think I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do this. It's like,
I think we found our thing. Yeah.
yeah.
We found-
Welcome to the DMV.
As we're in the real
You know,
world.
I'm gonna randomly pick one of the Dragon Con panels I'm moderating this year and just do it as
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
The one moment you have to sneeze will kill everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
Yes.
Hello.
So I was looking at other.
Yes, John.
I can't hear. I'm half deaf. I can't hear.
That's okay.
I don't even know if are they talking. I don't know. I have to look for the lights on the Google Hangout thing to light up.
Oh,
Someone else is talking.
all you need to know is your brain tingling.
Not my brain.
Well, now he hears. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, sorry. I meant to push this one. There we go.
there you go. Other one. So yeah, other Super Bowl. There was also the Captain Marvel trailer,
Yes.
which I enjoyed.
Yes.
And
Was that a new one? I thought.
yes.
yeah,
Okay.
They
I
pretty
didn't-
much hit us with a bleak teaser and a happy-go-lucky teaser, which was really, really good. Because
that's gonna be so
Endgame
good.
is like, you're going to want this movie to happen. Because you want answers. It's the first Marvel movie I don't know what's going to happen in. So that's pretty exciting.
Mm.
well, There's been movies where I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Yeah, that's the point.
And
This
now-
time, I'm not really. I
Yeah,
don't
they
really
could-
know what's going to happen.
They could do fucking anything at this point. They
That's the
could
thing.
go anywhere in any direction. And I will tell you, I want Endgame to show up just so websites will quit posting every day about some fucking fan theory. They're so
Here's why
desperate.
it's not a time travel story.
They're so desperate for Avengers MCU news that they're grabbing theories off of Reddit and Twitter. And it's like, guys, come on.
Here's an orange speck in the picture. Does that mean? No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You know what?
Debate in
Okay,
the
I'll say
comments.
this. I will take that over yet another article about something that would have been in Justice League, but if it had actually happened like it was supposed to.
Huh?
God. Oh, here's all these articles about how amazing the Zack Snyder Justice League was going to be. Just it hurts my brain. I'm like, no, it was not going to be that good. Sorry.
Hey, Rob. I'm sorry to interrupt, but how are you on the State of the Union and also on this podcast at the same time?
I'm not on the. I'm not.
Well, I just saw Bernie Sanders. I figured he's as fresh
wow.
as you. I figured it must be you.
Wow.
Eventually, Godsy's going to want that shirt back.
Boom.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Widge. It was just a breaking thing. I was
Breaking
shocked.
news.
That, of course, means you're watching the State of Union, which puts you in a
It's
category of shame.
over my head. Yes.
Don't give the man ratings.
Silly man, that's Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. So yeah, let me ask this. So the Oscars is a month away?
Yes.
No love for Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, there's a couple. Well, there's two documentaries actually. That one and the one with the triplets that got separated. I forget what it's called.
That was. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one I forgot. But those two are the two that everyone's kind of talking about. And I think the issue with Mr. Rogers is that it's going to be on TV and all this other stuff, and they've done other things with it. That is my guess. I have no idea why that got overlooked, but it's absurd.
Yeah. So does this mean Bader Ginsburg will win? Do you think?
I don't know. I think against everything else that's there, that's what I'd like to win.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Hale County one yet. So the other really good documentary was the Love Gilda, but nobody nominated that either.
Mm.
The Gilda Radner one. Yeah. But
Well, all I know is that if Spider-Verse doesn't win Best Animated, then I think people are going to need to die.
well, the only thing with that I could see that I could live with is if it lost Isle of Dogs. Anything else other than that,
And I like that.
I did too. But I don't know.
Anyway, that's my thing. I saw that, I don't pay attention to the Oscars because I don't watch it. It's boring.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. It's whoever votes.
Well, that's
They don't
okay.
they don't send me the thing to vote.
That's okay. We didn't get my petition to have us hosted. It was met with deafening silence. So.
I know. We'll do it as an Asmar. 100th Oscar award.
But we tried. We really
I
did.
know we did. Yeah. So I'm just really
Who the hell?
disappointed.
What?
on that.
What? Who the hell?
Mr. Rogers thing, and didn't it make as much money as the RBG?
Yeah, I think it was like within the like top selling documentaries.
Yeah.
For a while. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for a summer.
And if they wanted to, if the Oscars wanted to have a feel good moment, you do a Mr. Rogers segment. I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
Probably because Lady Elaine Aberlin wasn't in it. That's why it didn't do well.
Yeah. Or Lady Lane Fairchild. Yay.
But that woman that was the real Lady Elaine. Oh my God.
Yeah, the
I totally-
sister. Yeah,
wanna
she
meet
looked just like her too.
I want to meet her.
I do too.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen
Okay.
somehow.
You know, if you go to the studio in Pittsburgh, the PBS station, they have the actual models there
Yeah. Cool.
until we visit. Oh,
Because they will put them away so you cannot steal them. Yeah.
oh, that doesn't do any good.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah. But when you come here, Dom, and Witch has an awesome new train set to show you, that you know what we're talking about.
Nice.
It's a blue train, or short Blaine.
Do they have Mr. Rogers in Germany?
No, that's actually something that I'm looking forward to sort of discovering, because I know of Mr. Rogers, but I've never seen a complete episode, just a few scenes. So I'm looking forward to that documentary.
It's great. I cried throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, it's one of the few times you can go to the movies and feel like a good human being.
Yes.
I've never had that. No.
Yeah, me neither.
The thing is, I ever since I saw Finding Nemo, I don't know if it had to do with the movie itself, but it was a breaking point. It was the first point as a sort of adult that I started to cry in movies, because Finding Nemo just got me left field.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah, because the death of the mother in the first 5 minutes was
Oh, hey,
Spoilers!
yeah. That was really. I was just okay. Let's put in Finding Nemo. I've never
That was the
seen the movie.
funniest
It looked
part.
like fun. Oh wow, I'm
That was
a
the
mess.
funniest part.
That's the funniest part when the mother dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a
just like
horrible human being.
Just like Bambi.
Yeah,
That's-
Dom, have you seen Up yet?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course
man.
I've seen Up.
Yeah. That makes anything you felt before then feel like nothing, because it.
The thing with Up is though, I was sitting in the theater and I was like, oh god, it's coming. I know it's coming. At one point they're going to kill the mother again. You know, that sort of thing. And of course she doesn't even get to be a mother, so you're crushed.
Yeah.
Great. Now that we're all in a good mood,
Oh, here you go.
I
The
actually
Hulk.
had a segue actually
Go,
prepared.
go, Dom.
Because I was almost crying when I watched the first lesson of the Neil Gaiman masterclass. I don't know why, but
Oh, whoa.
because Neil Gaiman looks into the camera and he's talking to you. It's really
Oh, yes.
just, I don't know how he does it. It's the only person I buy it from.
You know, I was in New York a number of years ago, and they were coming out with the American the let's see, every year they do the best American comics compilation,
Mhm.
and he edited it that year. The year before was this one cartoonist, Linda Berry.
Is that a one story that you always tell?
It is the one story I always tell. You know, it is.
I like it, but you tell it
Linda
a
Berry,
lot.
creator of
Do
Poodle
I
and
really?
Mohawk.
Well,
Yes.
okay, but okay. So I'll quickly go forward. He is the only one that could criticize somebody in the most politest way.
Yes.
It is fascinating, and yeah, okay. So that's like the 900th time I said that.
Probably
so
the fourth.
I'm gonna put a mukbang hashtag with that as well, so we'll get more listeners for that one. But it's true. It's true. He knows how to connect with people in such a way.
Yeah.
True.
It's fascinating. So with that, do you know like Terry Gross, the whatever show she has, the radio? What is it?
Fresh Air.
Fresh Air. He's on that, and it's like, and this is another story, is his mind is such a trap. It's just, he doesn't do the ums and ah that we all do when we're trying to form a sentence.
Well, he
it's the way
talks
he's-
very slowly, though.
It's the way he stops and starts. I wonder if he had a stutter when he was a kid.
I don't know,
Because
but
it almost looks very clinical.
I know, but I don't know. On radio, it comes across. It doesn't come across that way
Yeah.
Well,
on radio.
and he remembers everyone. Like
Yes.
if you've ever met him, he remembers you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we Need Coffee sponsored a reading that he was doing here, and he remembered me from like San Diego eons ago, and said one of the most amazing things I've ever heard, which was, "So how long have we known each other?" And I'm like, you know me? That's Neil Gaiman just said he knows me. I can touch me. I can heal the stick.
Damn.
Crazy, but yeah, it's one of those people that I can barely remember my own name. So if anyone meets me and I just look completely, it's like I always warn people at Dragon Con. It's like I may have met you like 6 times, but I'm in complete Gonzo Con mode. So if I fail to recognize you, don't worry about it. My family goes through the same thing.
Yes.
So if I finally meet you, I will just introduce myself as if we've never even talked. Okay.
It's like I had a friend of mine who, for reasons of my own protection, I cannot reveal the high school nickname he had.
Bastard.
What'd you say, bastard?
Yeah, just in British.
That'll do as a placeholder. But so he had this nickname, and I was teaching a class for my old day job up in, I don't know, Charlotte or somewhere. And I get to like the lunch break, and he walks up, and I haven't seen him since like high school. And I start to open my mouth and react, and he just says, "Don't say the name." No one here knows me by that name. Don't say the name.
So, far be it from me to tell you anything smart to do. Do you know how to get a hold of this person?
Oh yeah.
You should call them and leave that R&B song, that Say My Name song, on their voicemail, and don't say anything. That'd be great.
That would be very gonzo and confusing.
I know, which would be awesome.
Yes. And I was gonna say, speaking of more Super Bowl commercials, you guys saw the Hobbs and Shaw commercial or the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
It looks so dumb. I want it. Oh, we're gonna give Idris Elba superpowers and make Jason Statham and The Rock fight him. Okay, done. What else? Oh, that's it.
Can you imagine them going out to a bar after and hanging out?
Oh, I would. Okay, there's a Patreon waiting to happen. Look, donate whatever you make to charity, whatever you want to do. But there's certain people that I would just be fine with them. Yeah, like sitting down, having a drink, or a cup of coffee, whatever.
Yeah, but Ian McKellen just drinking tea. I would watch that.
Well, it's like what is it? The Dames movie, which I still need to see.
Oh, the Tea with Dames. Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
I want that with so many different people. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Because those to me are fascinating. But yes, and because I have ADHD, going back to the Neil Gaiman thing, I'm several lessons into that, and it's excellent. However, first of all, by the time you pay for one class, you should really just get the season pass because it's just more economical. So you should watch the Neil Gaiman one and then immediately watch the Werner Herzog one.
And then
it's amazing.
And then read Stephen King on writing.
Oh, that's
I read
a great
that about
book.
10 times.
That's a great and this is a dumb question, but Dom, you've of course read Danse Macabre, right?
I think I haven't finished it yet because I have so many King books that I'm reading at the same time.
Okay,
so...
well, the cool thing about that book, I have not finished the whole thing because I use it as reference for every Halloween. So I never, it's like, oh, Halloween's here, so I use the, the table of contents in the index. So it's a great reference resource guide, if anything.
Yeah.
So you don't chalk that one as like you have to read the whole thing from cover to cover. You can, but I think you get more out of it, especially since you're doing a King podcast is just use it as a reference for, you know, a topic or something. So there you
Yeah,
go.
but-
I got you off the hook on that one.
But it's the reason I say that is because it gets forgotten. Because
Yeah.
on writing, obviously, everyone wants to know how he does his thing. And Dance Macabres, I think that I think there's the baseball one that he wrote. But for the most part, I think that's like one of 3 nonfiction books he's written. I think that's right, Tom. You're the expert.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Um,
I was at one point, but I'm so far behind.
No, I started a podcast to become an expert. So there is Stephen King Goes to the Movies. There is something that he put out last year or the year before. He published with some people he went to college with that nobody knows. So it's a bit messy if you look at what he published. To be
Okay.
honest. But it's a handful max. So 3 or 4 titles that
Right.
are really important.
Well, and Dance is one of those where I just wish, because I think he does Rocks, isn't it like 1950 through 1980 that he's covering? Am I
Uh-huh.
remembering that correctly?
Yeah.
I really wish he would like do the next 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because his insight, that's the one thing. I mean, it's very cool to like jump in and just use it for reference. But his insights on things are very interesting.
And the thing is, we all agree he has a TARDIS, don't we? Because he watches Netflix, like, I don't know, and he writes, of course, every day.
Yeah,
and he reads. He must have a TARDIS.
He's got one of the time turners or whatever it is from that Hermione had from whichever
Yeah.
Harry Potter it was. The third one, right? Yeah, I think the last one I watched.
I much prefer the TARDIS for things like this, to be honest.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, some of these fucking books I've never even heard of that he's put out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
If you just wanted to read something that is new, then but doesn't take much time, just read Evolution, because that's just pure writing. Then really, you don't need any prior Stephen King experience. You can just swallow that down in about 3-4 hours. And it's just a nice story, and it's the Stephen King version of a real feel-good story, but of course it doesn't have a really happy ending.
Right.
So it's really just, you read it and you're like, well, this is pure storytelling and nothing else. There's really nothing else going on in this. And of course it is about something because it's King, and he will never put anything out that is not about something, at least not nowadays. I mean,
Right.
it's not like he's still writing The Mangler, and that's my pet peeve, The Mangler. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, The Mangler is, it's ridiculous. And it's not even Stephen King cool ridiculous to me. I just don't like it. Sorry.
That's the beauty of a short story collection. You're not going to like everything that's in it.
Of course. I mean, Trucks is the same thing pretty much, but it's more fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you could just have found a middle ground between the like stark nature of Trucks and the silliness of Maximum Overdrive, then I would have been so much better with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's some great stuff in Night Shift.
That's true. I mean, I recently just covered that on a podcast. So, especially as one story, I will have to really push on people. It's I Know What You Need. That story was so ahead of its time because it is pretty much that's why he loves you so much, because the character he wrote in that is pretty much a stalker. He is a stalker who thinks he has the right to own pretty much that woman that he fell in love with. And of course, there is the supernatural factor in it, which makes it more creepy. But that story today would be praised like nothing else if it came out today. It's really, really good.
And I was looking here, originally published in Cosmo. So
yeah, of course, because brains.
Yeah, I'm the Doorway is excellent.
True.
I didn't like Graveyard Shift as much, even though it's like a Lovecraft Rats on the Walls nod.
It's great when you're younger. Because one of the first stories I ever read by him, and I was like, wow, this is creepy. So today I'm just like, okay, the psychology in this is a bit fucked up because I don't know, those characters seem to be weird, but it's still very effective. So
yeah, the last one I actually read, or I think I listened to it all the way through, was 11/22/63.
that's awesome. It's
Which
one
is
of the,
really,
I like that
really
one.
fucking good.
it's one of the best books he's ever written, in my opinion.
And
Yes.
partly because his son fixed the ending for him.
And that ending is brilliant.
Yes.
It is.
Oh
It
God,
is.
it's brilliant.
Another one where I was crying. So
Oh, it's damn good. It's damn good. even though it goes camping just for a little bit, right
Yeah.
before the end.
but it's
But
camping
you
in a good
forgive it.
way. It's a little bit like going camping in American Gods.
Close. I can forgive it because there's so much cool shit in there. But
That's the point. And the visit to Derry scared me more than the entire It book. Because it's the same thing with what's it called? The Steven Spielberg movie, Ready Player One, where they have the Shining scene in there, and you're more scared because you've seen the movie. And if he goes to Derry and you know Pennywise is there, you are scared because you know the whole backstory of Pennywise, and you don't need much. Just hear the characters, he senses the evil, and you're like, he could just let him show up, but it's probably not going to happen, but you're still very scared.
yeah, it's unnerving.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that means there's I heard of Wind Through the Keyhole. I've heard of Dr. Sleep because I think they're turning that to a miniseries.
Dr.
Sleep is-
Sleep was good.
It's a good sequel, yeah. I think it's his style has only gotten better over the years, so it's actually a better book than The Shining. And it's a very worthy sequel, I think.
And I heard of Mr. Mercedes because that was turned into a series.
Those three are pretty good reads. It's homage to Hardboiled books.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7 books ending with Elevation, and there's one slated for this year already that I've never fucking heard of before.
Yeah. But the problem is I can pretty much recommend all of them. That's the problem. He hasn't slowed down in quality or in output. Yeah. And there will be a new The Stand series.
Now, that's right, because that's a series. Now, where is that? Where's that winding up again? I can't remember. Hang on.
Research.
CBS All Access. 10-hour limited series.
Well, why not?
Yep.
I wish they would bring back Golden Years with the original ending.
Yep. That was not a bad series.
No, I like the original ending.
Yep.
So they should be able to find that. You know. So.
They should also make a movie of the Dark Tower, you know?
Yeah, that would be really good. They
Yeah.
would make a really good movie.
Yep. I think so.
I think Idris Elba would actually be pretty good for Roland.
Yeah, it would.
Sounds like a
I
possibility.
mean, as long as somebody doesn't mess up the script or anything.
Yeah, right. Ugh.
Because in the wrong hands, this could be a train wreck.
And not even what is it?
Fun.
Beginning of book 4 train wreck. Shall we say? That is the most inside Stephen King joke I've probably ever made. That's obscure for me.
Have you seen the appearance of Stephen King on Colbert after receiving that medal from Obama?
No.
Because Colbert made a King joke that Stephen King didn't get.
Holy shit.
And being the pro Colbert is, he just carried on.
Wait,
because
what was it? What was it?
King was wearing the medal, and it's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
And Colbert said you could really make a nice sharp-edged weapon out of that. Which is a deep, deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
And King just didn't, he didn't connect and just kept talking. And Colbert he didn't even blink and just kept on being the perfect host he is. So I was sitting there, wow, I got a joke about the Dark Tower that King didn't get. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's when you know you've gone deep.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, wow. So, what else? Once we get Cyborg Super Idris out of the way, what else? Oh, and I'm actually looking forward to the Hannah series on Amazon because I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
Did you catch the first episode they had released before they took it off the air again?
No, I didn't catch it.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't catch it either. I was just wondering if you did.
Yeah, no, I did not catch it. I'm sure I will legally acquire it at some point before it shows up legitimately on Amazon Prime again. But
I was I meant to do it right after the Super Bowl, but I fell asleep. So, not because it was late, but because it was the Super Bowl.
I can't even believe you watched that.
Yeah, that's what I meant to ask you earlier, Rob. How do you feel today? Because either way, you lost.
There's a whole bunch of really great articles that people wrote. Like a guy from the Washington Post and some people from LA and stuff wrote about like what it was like in St. Louis and New Orleans for the Super Bowl. And there's a bar here that had a superb owl party. That was pretty cool. And the NFL has kind of been going down a slow decline of interest for a while anyway, just because, it's insane. Just you can't make up the stuff that happens in the world of the NFL. But now it's, the final thought on this, John, was that if the Patriots won, they're still the Patriots. You still want to punch them in the face. You still hate them with the contempt of 1,000 suns, but they're still exactly the same. And if the Rams win, then at least Stan Kroenke didn't win. So there you go. Yeah. So the background, in case you don't know. So here's the deal, right? When the football Cardinals moved to Arizona years ago, the owner said, look, I need a new stadium. You can't give it to me. I'm sorry. They had a vote on it. The citizens voted it down. He listed a very thoughtful letter to the city about why he's moving his team, and he apologized, and he took out a huge ad in the paper thanking the fans for years of support, whatever, and then he moved, right? Done. The Rams, when he left, they made this huge, bent over backwards to, here's the stadium plan we have built, here's how it's going to be funded, here's the public taxpayer money we're going to give you to fund your toy, and here's, the blocks and blocks of people we're going to displace to give you your little toy, the whole shebang, right? They made this huge thing, and to present to him when they met with him, because he said, before I move to Los Angeles, I'm going to meet with the city and let it have its voice. He never actually met with anybody. Yeah. So, but if he had just said, look, I'm moving my team from St. Louis to Los Angeles because the minute I move them to LA, they're not worth $5 million. They're worth like $200 billion. And everyone would have understood that. But so basically, he never meets with any city leaders. He never makes any effort. Oh, and he bought the team in 2010 with the explicit idea that he was going to have them out of town in 5 years, but not really tell anybody, right? So that's the fun part. And then once they left, he basically just trashed the city on its way out. He just said all these really horrible things about, which he didn't have to do. You don't want to don't trash your city on the way out. But basically, it just got settled, actually. There was a lawsuit because there's people that paid for their PSLs, which are the personal seat licenses that they do for the games. They paid for all these, right? These people paid money for the PSLs, and then they left town. So, okay, the Rams owe all these people money because they bought 10 years worth of tickets in advance, basically, in lieu of town. So there's an antitrust lawsuit against the Rams now. Then they're suing the owners for collusion because of the whole way they left town, because originally the owners all said, no, we're not going to move them. we don't have enough votes. And then Jerry Jones had a closed session with him, and then all of a sudden it miraculously passed. So there's like 2 lawsuits there, and then the city's suing them for breach of contract. It's insane. So in the meantime, we're probably gonna get a soccer team and everybody's happier, But you can say what you want about the fact that the guy who owns the Rams is terrible. They at least made an effort to hire people from within the area around the stadium and give a lot of people first jobs or a lot of second chance jobs to folks. They at least did that. But yeah, the whole thing is just insane. And people here hate the Patriots. I can't even begin to tell you how much they hate them. So there you go.
Well, they cheat well.
Yeah. But
allegedly.
Yeah. Well, like the guy Shad Khan who owns the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Originally he was in one of the ownership groups that was trying to buy the Rams. Before he bought the Jaguars, he was really trying to buy the Rams. And every step of the way he met with the city, said, this is what I'm thinking. How does this get zoned? How does that get zoned? And it was a very back and forth communication. He ended up not getting the team. But he at least took these efforts of like, this is how you do it and don't do it.
Yeah, but he's looking at the big rumor here is I think the deal fell through is he wanted Wembley Stadium and then send the Jaguars over there.
Yeah, the NFL wants them over there, but that's not gonna. Yeah, the other crazy thing is that like Kroenke owns the Arsenal football team in England. And he's never gone to a game. Like he's famous for never. Like he went to one Ram game when he owned them for like 10, 15 years.
Wow.
But he doesn't go to. You think we hate him? The people in Arsenal really, really hate him because Arsenal was really good, and now they just suck, and they absolutely despise. There's a whole thing about.
So Rob, at one point, you need to look up Shad Khan.
Yeah.
And his ship, the Kismet.
Okay.
So when he comes into town
with his cool handlebar mustache, he has this ocean liner. Oh my God.
It is a villain's dreamboat. I am not kidding. It's this gunmetal gray. Oh my God. It's like, it's a villain's boat. And the thing is no one in town ever says if the city charges him to park it downtown when he's in town.
Oh, I bet he lives on it international waters, so he doesn't have to pay taxes.
When he's in town, no. Well, I don't know. When he's in town, he actually parks it along the Riverwalk, and I've actually run into one of the helmsmen or something. I'm like, what's it like? He goes, oh, it's a great ship. I'm like, yeah, it's a villain's boat.
That could be our next caper.
Yeah, it could be.
John, how's your sailing?
My sailing? As good as my tap dancing.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Well, I need to go, but I have this really cool book I could recommend.
Okay.
Where's Widge? He's gone. All right. So I will recommend this book because I showed it to him. It is called Clown Paintings by Diane Keaton. So
is it that Diane Keaton?
It is the Diane Keaton.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Already.
So it's edited in with an introduction by Diane Keaton. So in this book, there are 65 photos of really. Rob, do you see this? Like clown paintings, really bad. Oh, you can look this up on the publisher. The publisher is Powerhouse Books, a Lookout book. So with most of the paintings, there are essays from different people, such as Larry David, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg. So she didn't really have to, unless these are her paintings that she found. And their discussion of clowns. So
is Crispin Glover in it?
No.
Because he wrote that song "Clowny Clown Clown," and then he was for a while a
That's
clown,
right. I'm looking.
a clown that
Let's
went to
see.
parties.
Harold Ramis, Joanne
Aw.
Rivers. So this was done a while ago. Robin Williams, John Waters, Candace Bergen wrote A Compendium of Creepy. I have all I have is a lot of questions. How much do I have to pay not to have one of these paintings hanging in my house? So it's a really cool book.
that's
Oh,
cool.
Rob, we saw
Oh.
the Stan and Ollie movie.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was really good.
So you know the guy that's at the desk trying to woo them away from Hal Roach?
Yes.
That's our friend Stuart.
No
That we
way.
sponsored his film festival here, and they live in England. And when we went to London, they walked us around. Yeah, him and his wife are filmmaker.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
He's Canadian.
No. Oh my
Really
God.
good.
So with it coming out like now, will anybody remember that John C. Reilly was that good next year?
I think it counts for this year. I don't know if it counts for next year or not.
Yeah, let me look.
Because it opened in LA and New York before the end of the year.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I think
But
what
he
killed
was he was fantastic. And,
I
so was
know.
what's his name?
Steve Coogan was great too.
Yes.
Yeah, and Danny Houston also was great.
Danny Houston, which one was he?
Hal Roach.
Yeah, he was. He really was. I was
Now, the
reading.
thing-
Oh, God.
good. Well, the
Yeah.
thing that's interesting is that they were really, really trying to have the Sherlock Holmes movie put out later after the first of the year
Oh,
because they didn't want that to sink.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of what numbed the momentum for John C. Reilly.
I don't know. With the ticket sales were really good at my little theater on that.
Yeah.
That I was surprised. I thought it was going to be in the small theater, and like, oh no, we're in the big theater. I'm like, no, and it was packed.
I was really happy that Turner Classic ran one evening like all the Laurel and Hardy shorts.
Yeah.
Because those are, I mean, the movies are great, but the shorts are like amazing.
Well,
a lot of those shorts are just really, really good. Really
they
clever.
are good. Yes. I pulled when I saw that the movie was coming out. I pulled out this one biography I have of Laurel and Hardy, and it's interesting that it was Stan that really made the relationship sour with Hal Roach, and it was for Babes in Toyland.
Yeah.
That it was Hal Roach that came up with the original story, and Stan's like, no, we're not doing that. So it's like, that's really hard to do, and then that's your boss,
Yeah.
So, but excellent film, Widge.
Yeah, I want to see it. I mean, from what I've seen of it, Riley's good because he's really good when he, I won't say like wants to be, but you know what I'm saying? When it's like when he's not doing stuff like Holmes and Watson or something like that, he can really turn it on. But but Coogan kind of disappeared. You know what I mean? It's like
absolutely.
It was hard to remember that it was somebody acting like Stan Laurel.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's one to go see. So Widge, I recommended the clown paintings because I'm gonna mosey on off.
Oh,
it's by Diane Keaton, and it's creepy.
Oh yes,
good.
you sent me that. Yes,
I did. It is really good. I'm trying to think on when this was done. It was done a number of years ago. Because the essays in it, actually, there's no.
It might have been done, but they should probably shop at it for a while.
2010, I think.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, lies. Earlier than that, 2002.
Okay, because there's no copyright in this one.
Really?
At all? Yeah. Oh,
hey, that's how Night of the Living Dead got screwed. Watch it, Diane.
Yeah. Printed and bound in Italy. Somebody didn't put it somewhere. This book. I should drop him a note and say, there's no.
I bet it was Roberto Benigni.
Somebody left off the copyright on this.
That guy's such a card.
Yeah. So it's got essays from like Gary Shandling and Robin Williams about, clowns and stuff. So that is my recommendation.
Cool.
R4.
Thank you.
All right, Rocks.
Our reservoir.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Okay.
We're gonna steal a boat.
Bye. Does the boat have lasers? Lasers.
It does.
My brain is tingling.
Awesome.
Holy shit. My brain.
People will hate this episode.
They already hate us.
Oh, dear God.
Hmm.
So, what else? Oh,
Ah,
so here's something I actually watched. The first episode of Deadly Class.
What the hell is that?
That's the Russo brothers are producing it. It's on Sci-Fi. It's based on a comic, and it's basically it takes place in like the 80s, and it's about it stars Madman's friend Benedict Wong as a headmaster of a school that teaches young people how to be assassins.
I think I've seen the trailer. Those people
Yes.
have special abilities, don't they?
No, they're not. They're not like X-Men or anything. They're just highly trained.
Then I have confused the trailer with something else.
That's okay. It's easy to do because, like we said, 500 hours. And can I just say, Henry Rollins plays the Poison Lab instructor. Win, big win.
Henry Rollins.
I mean, it's you cannot have a show like this without him showing up somewhere. So,
Deadly Class.
yeah, I've watched the first episode. It was fun. I'm definitely going to keep watching.
Well, there's only 2 episodes so far, so
Yeah. So,
I'll keep an eye out. It looks decent.
yeah. So that's fun. What else? Oh, well, I'm going to recommend this, but I'll go ahead and tell you about it right now. I've started watching the Mads Mikkelsen film Polar, which is on Netflix, and it is batshit insane. It's like, oh God, it's like
John Wick on steroids?
no, it's like John Wick on really heavy psilocybin. And it's hilarious in a way that you go, okay, Mikkelsen must have a tremendous sense of humor because he's having to play the straight guy in a world of obvious insanity.
Wait, that's my life.
I know. So you guys would get along just fine. No, if you watch the first 5 minutes and you're not like, what the fuck is actually happening, and are inspired to keep going, then I don't know what to tell you. But I'm like approaching halfway through it, and I am really enjoying it.
is it a
So-
series or is it a movie?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay.
Also based on a comic book. God damn it, I wish I could draw.
I have a question.
uh-oh.
Star Trek Discovery hasn't been a topic on here that much, has it?
What has?
No,
Star Trek Discovery.
no.
Oh, yeah. No,
I would see it. I just, don't want to pay for CBS Access
Ah, that's the thing, because on here it's on Netflix. That makes it easy.
because for a while, the first series, you could get a month for free, and then you have to figure out what you're doing. So people would watch 4 episodes of it, and then they go to somebody else's house and pick it up for free. And you just
Yeah.
every week you go to every month you go to a different person's house.
nice.
But yeah, so
Brought the people together.
but
Although
yeah,
I'm happy that Sonequa Martin Green is making money.
yes.
Honestly, I've seen I think it's 3 episodes in now of the second season, and it's incredibly good, and it's incredibly more Star Trek than the first season. I mean, obviously Star Trek, because the first season sort of ended on being Star Trek in a way, and getting there, and I thought. And the second season is an episode where I could predict the entire plot, but it was fine. It was fun. It looked good. It was really entertaining. And the thing is, the production value feels off the charts because I'm actually using a projector to watch it, so I have a pretty big picture on the wall, and I could not imagine watching this on a small screen. Really, I couldn't. It looks almost like a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to watch the Orville too, but we'll see.
Well,
There's
the
enough
Orville is
good.
fine.
There's enough good buzz about the new Star Trek that I'll watch it eventually. But it's just, if there was something else on CBS Discovery to watch, I'd maybe think about it. But
I wouldn't pay the money either.
Stan's
But
good.
since it's on Netflix in Europe, you're settled.
Well, and that's the case with Titans as well, right?
yeah,
By now, yeah. It took a little bit, but now the entire season is on Netflix.
Yeah, and here's what's funny. I watched the UK Netflix trailer, and it looks so much better than all the trailers they showed over here.
The only trailer I've ever seen was the Fuck Batman trailer. So
Yeah, I mean, if you just watch that, you go, I don't know. But what's weird is I keep reading articles where they're like, yeah, this is like the best kept secret of good comic book shows on television.
mm-hmm.
I only watched the first episode. It was more than decent. It was pretty good. But I heard that the finale is a little bit weak, and they teased a Batman for the finale, which of course was not Batman, because everybody knows they never show Batman in TV shows. Why? I don't know.
because they have to pay somebody the minute they do.
Really?
Yep.
Is that it? Because I
Yeah.
thought they were actually respectful and thought, well, if we show him, we better not fuck up.
No,
But
Well-
of course, that's not any worry of DC.
Well, my
They're
understanding
never
is
afraid of that.
they basically, that episode they ended with was not supposed to be the ending, but they
Okay.
pushed the ending to the premiere of season 2. That's what I've heard.
I'm not sure if the reveal who that is under the cowl is in the finale because I haven't watched it yet, but I had the impression that it was revealed in a way.
It's
Because
Betty
the-
White.
The coolest thing would, of course, have been this is some imposter and the real Batman shows up and kicks his ass. But, people can only dream.
Yeah. Although I think, like I said last time, if they just because the Arrowverse is doing Crisis on Infinite Earths. And
Yeah,
if-
I have high hopes for that they will change Arrow so much that it will be a good show again.
I think Arrow's gonna have one season that's done.
It's either that or they will remodel it completely. Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
you could also, based on what I've seen of those shows, everyone eventually gets powers anyway. So you could have, I guess, Speedy / Arsenal. You could have the Connor Green Arrow. You could have,
They already burned most of those bridges.
Oh, jeez. Well, my whole thing is, because apparently they've put in that they've said in that multiverse continuity that the '90s Flash show with John Wesley Shipp that was in continuity. If they bring back Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, then I'm in forever.
That would be a cool move. I mean, with Wesley Shipp, they did a lot of cool stuff. It was always nice to see him.
Yeah,
But Linda Carter, I don't know if they would do that.
she doesn't need the money. She doesn't need to.
No, but
Although she's in Supergirl,
Yeah, that's
she's been a
true.
Supergirl.
she's
But-
the president. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a cool move too.
yeah.
Because Supergirl has the problem with Supergirl is that show does everything right when it comes to message and casting people, but I'm just bored by the plot. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
stop watching it.
yeah.
And the cast is good. That's another thing. All those shows have great casts, but the writing quite often just isn't up to snuff.
I'm kind of curious to see if John Cryer is going to be a good Lex Luthor.
Oh, he's Luther?
Yeah,
Huh. That's
Idris
interesting.
Elba is Luther.
I'd be fine with that.
yeah.
But yeah, I watched Legends of Tomorrow for 2 seasons. Wow. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning.
Press 1 for
Hello, Katana.
sound. Press 2 for
The
yet
Amazon
another.
package is here. What is happening?
Yeah, baby.
Don't do that, Dave.
Open the pod bay doors, Dom.
It's a podcast, so it must have pod doors.
Oh, hey, good call. No, but I tried to watch The Flash. I couldn't care. I tried to watch Arrow, and the dialogue just made me want to rip out my own eyelashes. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
The last episode of Arrow had pretty much the worst soap opera moment I've seen in that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
When another half sister shows up and he says, "You're my sister. I don't have a family."
Oh, well,
Yeah, that sounds like it's in keeping with what I saw when I watched it.
Yeah. I usually gloss over it because when Arrow started, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
like
fighting was great, and yeah.
Well, the thing about Legends,
seasons were pretty good after that. I just lost interest.
the thing about Legends is interesting is it just doesn't care. It's stupid. It knows it's camp. It's just fine. We're going to be absolutely bonkers and do whatever we want.
And we steal every plot line from everything.
Yeah,
That's
they do,
another thing.
and they do so many homages that it's
But that's something that Supernatural does right now in a very weird way too. They had the snap from Thanos in there, from a different character in a different situation, but it was quite obviously the same sort of cliffhanger they put in there.
Well,
And
they're like 24 seasons in at this point. They've got to
14.
rip off plots. Oh, okay.
14 just extended to a 15th season.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Honestly, they could run that show forever and I would watch forever. As long as it's never going back to the quality of season 6, which sucked everybody's ass, I'm fine.
So that was a very Maroon 5 season then.
Yeah, I would say that was on a scale from 10 to Maroon 5 backwards, it was pretty much a 1. Yeah. Maroon 5 would be a 0, just for everybody who's not keeping track.
Wow, German math is hard.
Yeah, it's that new math.
Yeah. We use bands instead of numbers.
And you also use that like 10-based system. What's that all about?
Metric is what we call it, yeah.
I love that band.
Damn.
Oh, God.
They have the best rhythm.
And you know, the rhythm is going to get you.
Unite!
That was amazing. And terrifying at the same time.
As usually.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh,
So-
God.
What? Hang on. I'm trying to pull up the non-agenda.
Oh, can I just say really quick, praise Jesus, Al Green's touring.
Nice.
Yeah. Atlanta, May 3rd.
Hey, if you cannot get Hasselhoff.
No, no. I was lucky that the time I saw Al Green, he was with Isaac Hayes, but
Oh,
it was at the Arch for the
it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that was the other thing I put on the non-agenda. That Kevin Smith's idea for Wolverine.
Oh, Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
What?
Are they doing a remake of Logan?
I don't know. He might run though.
Because that is the...
They don't need to
All
make
right.
a remake of Wolverine. It's fine the way it is.
Because that's
Yeah,
the
well,
only thing I can see Tom Cruise playing at this point as an old man.
Recasting Wolverine will happen eventually. So.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
it will. It will.
And that Tom Cruise comment by him, I think he made that 10 years ago as well. And then I would have bought into it a little bit because say about Cruise what you want. He's a good actor and he gets in, if he would play Wolverine, he would probably bulk up too and somehow make it work.
Yeah,
but he would never be my dream choice.
I will say, Tom Cruise has the height down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the height down.
But he might also have the broken bones too. I mean, at this point, I think he's just beaten up with all his stunt work.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I mean, the problem is, if you're following Jackman, who
Perfect.
fucking, and it's one of those things where, see, I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I mean, I pointed out before, everyone conveniently forgets that 90% of the world was like, Heath Ledger is the Joker. What a fucking terrible idea, right?
Yeah.
Now everyone's just like, oh, he's amazing. And I'm just like, just relax. Let's see what he does.
I think the comment by Smith was more like, well, if Tom Cruise, who is an eternal A-list actor, plays this part in this Marvel universe, it will make a lot of money. And I think he might be right about that. But
I don't know if Tom Cruise's films make any money outside of China, though. Because Ghost Protocol was largely funded with Chinese money.
Which is, again,
Or
one
whatever,
of the
not
things
Ghost Protocol, the one, whatever it's called.
Oh, the latest one?
Yeah.
What you call it?
Rogue
Rat
Nation?
Race, whatever. What was it called?
Yeah.
Smorgasbord? Shit, I don't remember.
Haunted Mansion?
Oh, God.
Far and away.
The Last Jedi.
Let's see. I'm looking now.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called already.
I mean, it is still a very, very, successful franchise, and you have to look at it globally.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason it's such a great franchise, though, is that they've got really great support around them.
Yeah,
Ving Rhames and
Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
that's why I watch those those movies. I mean, the action is great too,
and even Alec Baldwin was pretty great at it. He's hit or miss.
So yeah, basically the domestic on Fallout made their money back, and then they went on to do another $570 million internationally.
That was probably their plan. So
yeah.
Yep. And let's see, foreign. China, 181 million. So it did not do bad elsewhere. I mean, 49 in South Korea, 31 in UK, 42 in Japan. So, but yeah, they've. I think they've already announced the dates for like the next 2 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like there's certain stars that just do much better overseas than they do here. And Cruise is one of, say what you want about him, he's one of those few people that every movie he makes, people around the world watch it.
Mark Wahlberg too. I don't get it either, but
well, it depends on the movie because I mean he did do The Mummy.
I like him, but I don't like him as the A-list, star of a movie. To be honest.
Well,
it depends. If he
Ted, yes, of course.
Well,
he's a perfect lead for Ted.
Edge of Tomorrow was great.
I'm not talking about Tom Cruise right now.
Oh, sorry. What?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, sorry. I missed that.
Because Tom Cruise is the perfect A-list lead for any movie, actually. Like him or not.
This is true. But I really like Tom Cruise when he's not being Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Like, his cameo in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that was great.
Or him being one of the only 2 good parts of Magnolia.
I liked Magnolia at the time very much, but he was intense in it.
He was great in Mask.
And like Edge of Tomorrow, just because he was not being Tom Cruise, he was being, this guy's basically a coward thrown into war, which is not Tom Cruise.
My favorite Tom Cruise movie, Color of Money. That will never change.
Yeah, that was not good. That was good. That was good, actually.
Yeah, and he was good for the experience he had. He was really good.
Yeah. Although it's hard to look bad next to Paul Newman.
Yeah, true,
because he helps you. He elevates you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, look at the 2 movies he made with Winona Ryder.
Wow.
Seriously. I mean, Winona Ryder, like, she's great in like Stranger Things, but
she's awesome in Stranger Things. She plays the mother role to perfection.
But if you go back and watch Age of Innocence and Crucible, she's amazing in those. And that's because Daniel Day-Lewis, his acting is like the Flash with the Speed Force. He can imbue other people with his powers.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah.
So
Vigo is fantastic.
yeah, he fucking is. I
So
still need to see
Anthony-
Green Book.
So
Yes,
Anthony
you do.
Hopkins does not have that power because Dracula.
Well, I will say
Just as an
this.
example.
Well, but the thing about Anthony Hopkins in Bram Stoker's Dracula is that he knew exactly what the film was.
Yeah, he was swinging. He was
Oh,
just.
he
I'm
was-
making a choice. I'm loud.
Yeah, I am going to eat this castle, which I'm fine with. Totally good with that.
Poor Keanu.
Not his fault. Although,
No,
what
no.
was it? What was the article saying that he turned down Marvel and Captain Marvel to be John Wick for part 3? Of course he fucking did. It's John Wick
And because he doesn't have to take that movie.
because of John Wick.
Yeah. He now has, thanks to John Wick, a status where he can do whatever the fuck he wants right now.
You know, after reading about all his charity stuff, he can do whatever he wants.
He's awesome.
Yeah. It took me a while to find this out, but he's a really, really cool guy.
Well, and that's the beauty of it is he's not, he doesn't go around trumpeting what he does. He just does it.
Speaking of something like that, have you watched the Bill Murray doc?
No, but I'm going to. You're like the third person that's told me I need to see it.
What's
Yeah,
it called?
It's a Bill Murray stories from a
Yeah.
legend or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I've heard this from like a couple different people. But
Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
Life
You know,
lessons learned from a mythical. Oh God, this is the longest title ever. Man. Okay.
yes.
so the you nailed the last word. It's one too many words.
Sorry.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I'm familiar enough with the German language to know that you guys shouldn't say anything about, words and titles being long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we-
invented the umlaut.
Or labeling anything, really.
We didn't invent the umlaut.
They perfected it.
You know what the worst part about the German language is when it comes to comparing
Everything.
to other languages? No. Actually, German language is beautiful, but if you have to translate English titles into German, that's
Yeah.
horrible. That just doesn't work. And
Yeah.
for example, Stephen King, they at one point realized, we will just use one word. It is the perfect example. They just translated that, and then they kept going and called things glass and 3 and black, just one word. So the second volume of The Dark Tower is called 3, which is really helpful if you want to remember which volume it is. Extremely stupid.
Well,
so,
that's okay.
so was the third book called Waste?
I'm really not sure what the third book is called. I will look it up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and also the translations to titles that are also English but a different title. Like my favorite still to this day is what's it called in the original title? That Eliza Dushku movie with Kirsten Dunst, the cheerleading movie. Bring It On. It's called Bring It On. That's the original title, and we turned it into Girls United.
Hmm.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, the third one is called Dead, which doesn't
Dead?
make any sense. Dead. It's really, I retranslate all the titles from the Doctor Who series here. The first one is called Black. The second is called 3. The third one is called Dead. The fourth is called Glass. That makes sense. Then we have Wolf's Moon, Susanna, and The Tower. So actually only Dead and 3 are stupid. The rest is okay.
Yeah, so wow. I
What?
just found a list. The German title of Salem's Lot is Salem Has to Burn.
Yes. Which gives away the ending, by the way.
Yeah,
Great.
thanks. Misery is simply she.
Yeah. One word.
One word. You're totally right. What is it? What was the other thing I was saying? Dead Zone. Assassination. Again, a bit spoilery.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really good at that.
I know the Tommyknockers is the monster. That's very, very vague.
Really? Wow.
Very vague. That's amazing.
Well, Tommyknockers is very vague as a book anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it is. It is.
News update. The State of the Union is still going on. In about 5 minutes, it will pass how long they had the government shut down for.
So this sounded like you were describing how a kidney stone is passing through the body in a way.
Yes.
Which I like.
Except all of the girls that you sexually abused were there to watch it.
Oh my god.
So in my case, none?
Well, I was speaking hypothetically, not you. So.
Okay, so that was the general you. Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you have in mind, though?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody here.
Did I miss a topic change?
You
Welcome
caused
to
the
Get
topic
Justice.
change. Keep it
Perhaps you've noticed, but we don't change topics very often here.
But there's an agenda. I see it.
No.
You know what's funny is I actually didn't get the agenda, so this whole thing's a surprise.
Nobody really
No
gets the
agenda!
agenda. It's
Yeah.
it's
That's
just
the joke.
too.
That's the joke. It's like the Project Blue Book. It's like Project Blue Book. It's all been redacted.
But to answer the question, who the hell could play the new Wolverine? Somebody unknown. It's the best choice they can make.
John Malkovich.
Well, he could do anything.
Although Cassette was watching, he's just done a Poirot movie.
Yeah, he's great in that.
Although he is doing his usual Malkovich, what the fuck accent is this? It doesn't really exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the John Malkovich is a deep fake video?
Oh God.
That went on Twitter with Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence's body and voice and the face of John Malkovich. It was like
geez.
being John Malkovich all over again. It was great.
Oh God. That's not right.
No. But few things are.
It's
There's
very
another.
true.
There's another movie of which I've seen the trailer, and The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot.
Oh,
Yes, Sam Elliott.
That looks brilliant.
that
Well, I
looks
think it's going to win an
insane.
Oscar.
The title is a bit short, but I think it's a
Yeah.
good movie.
Well,
I was very excited.
in
to
German,
do
it's just called The Man.
Probably.
it. Or Bigfoot.
Or just the mustache. I think that would be good.
I was very excited when I saw the trailer for that and sent it to Widge. Or was
I
it
mean,
a poster? It was a poster.
you read the
yeah.
you read the title and then you see the trailer and you're like, does not really compute, but it's awesome.
What's Sam
Sam
Elliott?
Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
He's going to win an Oscar. He's going to win an Oscar.
I think you're right.
They love him.
I hope he just does a speech if he wins, like he did in The Big Lebowski.
And I will say, I've not seen A Star Is Born, but one thing that I am impressed with is when I finally saw a clip that was the two of them, Bradley Cooper and Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, you do sound like his brother. That's crazy.
It's
Who? Bradley Cooper or Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
I mean, who did the work?
Bradley Cooper basically, before Sam Elliott took the role,
Oh yeah.
basically created the voice of Sam Elliott's brother. So when I didn't catch it, even knowing Sam Elliott was in it, but watching them talk to each other, it's uncanny.
He doesn't get enough credit for Rocket Raccoon either. I mean, that doesn't sound like him.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I still don't believe it is him.
I've
It
seen
is crazy.
video of him recording it, and I couldn't believe it either. So
it's yeah.
By the way, somebody pointed out that he was the ugly dude on Alias. So
Yeah.
I give him an
back
awful haircut, and he looks ugly. I mean, it works for everybody.
He's the real deal in that thing. He's part Sam Elliott, part Merle Haggard, and it totally works.
Wow.
It's sort of unfair. Somebody who looks that good and is that good at what he does.
You know what? In this day and age, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well-
you deserve it.
And it's
I mean, even this year, the worst, even like the movies that are up for Oscars that like maybe people like us wouldn't necessarily like. At least we're like, oh, well, he's good in that. I mean, we used to not be able to say that. It's just like so.
Oh, and I did see there was an article all about when Richard E. Grant went to the Oscar luncheon and was getting selfies with everybody like a rabid fanboy, just grinning and posting to his Instagram.
We saw that the other night. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah.
The Can You Forgive Me? Yeah, it's really, really, really good.
Wow.
He's great in it. I'd love him to win, but he's not.
Well, it's.
But he made a very shrewd comment about it. He's like, well, if I don't win, it's okay because I'm going to work a lot more, and that's not a bad thing either.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about it is, like I said, if you get nominated, that's your peers basically saying that you're one of the top 5. So that's kind of huge.
Yeah, he's basically doing his with nail and eye part, but on a smaller, more nuanced scale.
So you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So how is Melissa McCarthy in this? Because
she's absolutely transformative.
Okay.
In the same way that like when you watch Olivia Colman as the Queen, you kind of forget you're watching Olivia Colman. You forget you're watching Melissa McCarthy.
Right.
And she does that thing where she alters her appearance and her looks enough that you completely forget that you're looking at her.
Right.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like when Carell did the wrestling movie.
Right. Foxcatcher.
Yeah, it's like that.
Because basically
Because by the end of that movie, you think she's the craziest broad in the room. I don't want to be anywhere near this crazy bitch. I mean, that's basically. I mean, she's really, really good at it. I mean, and even all the smaller little parts in it are all good too.
Well, my theory about her has been that she just needed a role like this to really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
they all do that now. Since Carell kind of crossed over, all these comedy actors are all looking for.
Well, but I mean, didn't that start before that with like Robin Williams and Good Will Hunting
or even Dudley Moore and Arthur? Yeah, I mean, but it's one of the like now it's almost like when they plan it out, they're like, okay, I want to do 3 comedies and then I want to try to do a drop. It's kind of like almost in like you can see people now and go at some point they're going to do a drama. And then you can just kind of see it,
Well, and that's and it's so interesting because compared to, I mean, comedy is so much harder in general that when you take those skills and apply them to drama, it's just fascinating.
Yeah, I think the next thing we're going to see is the Willem Dafoe Van Gogh movie. I think we're going to see that. And I've seen Cold War, but Janet hasn't, so we'll see that too. But I mean, yeah, both of them are both really great at it. She's not going to win, but
right. But I mean, the fact that she's nominated again, that's huge for if you're trying to get respectability, quote unquote respectability.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a certain cachet where unless you're Cuba Gooding Jr., you can do whatever you want. Most everybody gets, that Oscar nominee thing under their name and capitalizes it on some way in their career. Right.
Right.
So.
See Anna Paquin.
But she's doing her own thing though, pretty well. She's doing some other stuff. It doesn't.
True Blood.
I mean, that was a steady paycheck.
Yeah.
For what, 6-7 years or something?
Academy Award winning Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Hey, she's got more than Peter O'Toole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sadly, I think Glenn Close is going to be in the same boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Think she's close? Oh, I love it how the worst jokes just make you laugh. Wonderful.
I'm a dad.
Oh, that explains everything.
Well, you're German. You guys laugh at children drowning in the river. So
only if they look funny.
Turn the light on, dear God.
No. Rob served it. Dom returned it. It was great. I was there. I watched it happen.
It's our international comedy team.
You're dealing with a fucking international cult of weirdos.
Yes. We used to have a pancake house, but they changed the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, wow. 7. This is her 7th nomination.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love her to win, but she's not. I think it's Olivia Colman's year.
Yeah, and
unless they say, okay, Olivia Colman's so new, but you know.
Yeah, that's the only thing is, I mean, she's known across the pond because she's in everything.
Yeah.
If you watch British television movies for like 5 minutes, it's guaranteed you're going to see Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
But that's my only thing about her is she's not known. So I can see her doing the whole, oh, well, this is her first one, she'll be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worst scenario for her, and that's really still a good one, is that she will be a very recognizable character actor forever. So
Well, I mean, that's basically what.
She's great though at everything. I
No,
mean,
she is.
She is.
I mean,
It's
but you have to
ridiculous.
understand if there was not Meryl Streep, Glenn Close would be the actress of our generation.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
True.
Absolutely.
You know, so and she's great. I mean, she's great in everything, and she, by all indications, you know, is well liked in Hollywood, and you know,
She will get one day, definitely.
I don't know. Well, she hasn't done anything in years. This is like her comeback thing. So
Don't call it a comeback.
That was one of my great Broadway moments was seeing her and Richard Dreyfuss and Gene Hackman in Death on the Maiden for $15.
Yeah.
Wow. I just pulled up the people who have been in that. Thandie Newton did it in 2011 in London.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, you know what looks amazing is the Antony and Cleopatra thing that the National Theater is showing around the country right now.
Oh yeah, you sent me the thing about that.
That looks really, really, really good. You got Ray Fiennes chewing up scenery, and then Sophia Canito, right next to him, serving it back.
She's great.
Yeah.
I had not encountered her until Liz 10, and then I was like, "Who is this? She's fantastic."
I think that was kind of her first thing, though, too. So,
Really?
yeah. I mean, people could say what they want about Stephen Moffat, but he cast people that were are now stars early.
Yeah.
I mean, Olivia Colman in Doctor Who, and Karen Gillan and Sophie. Yeah. Gave a platform to Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
So, say what you want about his writing.
Yeah. Well, I still need my Madame Vostra series or something.
Yeah, I know.
God.
It's apparently been some audio dramas.
Yeah, but you're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see him on screen anymore, which is sad.
That is sad. Such a great fucking idea. What can you do? Well, sorry, I was busy lost in the filmography of Anna Paquin.
You were refreshing.
What?
You were refreshing.
I was refreshing. Yes.
Refreshes every 15 minutes on Weekend Justice.
Well, that's
See
the
what I did there,
first
John?
time
Yeah.
first time we've had that this episode. That's crazy.
Because we were all so fresh.
Refreshes.
What?
Are you like a sample? Is he gonna be like your new James? Is that gonna be the funky drummer for Weekend Justice?
There we go. Out of context theater.
Wiki. Please, some people.
Out of context theater is your friend.
Refreshes every 15 minutes.
Wow.
Circle of Life.
Oh God, that's too much of my voice. I'm bleeding from the ears.
I think I haven't made it on that board yet.
Oh, you will.
You will.
It's fine.
We all wind up. It's like the Phantom Zone. It's like the Phantom Zone. You get trapped there, and then you're just there forever.
You know, one of my first appearances here, I thought I already made it with mic drop, Dom. I don't know. If this mic weren't on a stand, I would say I dropped it. Something like that. That was really nice. I like that. But no, quality is not appreciated.
Oh my god. I'm so confused.
Yes.
The first thing everybody says when they wake up.
So, Dom, I have an insane tourist question for you.
Oh, please, many of them.
God.
No. So,
no, really, I'm very open.
How often do you get to Berlin?
About 2 to 3 times a year, usually for work.
Okay, so when you go to
take
Berlin,
your breath away?
Excuse me?
Does it?
Don't ask. Just don't.
No.
Just don't.
Yeah.
So,
no.
the reason why I'm asking,
Dom, the reason why that's funny.
okay, just stop right now. Anyway, when you go to Berlin, can you go to Hansa Studios? Can you actually go in there and like walk around?
I should look that up, actually.
Because that's the studio where Bowie made the Berlin records.
Oh.
And The Cure dropped a couple of records there. Yeah.
Well, they're still in operation, it seems.
Oh, then you can't see. Because it's like when you go to Abbey Road, you just walk in and you're like, I'm in fucking Abbey Road. It's kind of like that. I just want to know how cool it is. So that was it. That's all I needed to know.
You can, let me see. You can book a tour, it seems.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Nice.
With a guide and everything.
No, there you go.
So, yeah. Is there a price? I don't know. But you can do it. It takes 2 hours.
Yes.
It seems. Yeah. Oh, wow. Private group tours up to 25 people cost you $450.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to do is you could spend the night at Abbey Road. You could like pay some money, which I really wanted to do, but
really,
they do it once a year. You can stay, and they think for charity, you can spend the night in Abbey Road.
And as I see here, you can take a Bowie Berlin tour, and that takes you through the Hansa Studios as well. So
yes,
you can tour your heart out in Berlin.
Well, Kraftwerk made records there, but like literally everybody important in like that sort of era of music recorded there. Queen recorded there. You know, I mean, it's like it's nuts.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information, and I provided a little bit of it. Because
no, it's good.
I'm pretty sure you could have Googled that. So, but
Google sometimes
we can't trust Google.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed this lately, Dom, but we Americans can't really trust the media right now.
And the televisions all have this orange tint to them.
Yeah, sorry.
It happens.
Yeah, well.
So.
By the way, any news on this year's Dragon Con? Because I'm always considering to go, but this year it's pretty strong. It's a strong contender because I would combine it with a visit to the Necronomicon before that. So
really,
yeah.
Where's that at?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh,
of course you'd have the Necronomicon at a place called Providence.
Yeah, well, it's the birthplace of Lovecraft, so
yeah,
this is true.
And I visited Providence last year. It's a pretty nice town. It's really,
it is. It's actually nice.
And
there's a lot of interesting. I mean, like the whole Talking Heads culture came out of there, and throwing uses, and there's a whole musical underside of Providence too that's kind of forgotten.
It's extremely artsy.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like the buildings. And we never discussed my New England trip on the podcast. So I had this one stupid joke that I wanted to tell right after we did it.
Hey, Dom.
Go for it now.
Hey, Dom, how was your trip to New England?
I'm really not sure, because we made this drinking game because we were driving through New England, and we take a shot whenever we saw an American flag, and I just woke up. I don't know what happened. Because you guys love your flag. You know, I knew this beforehand, of course, but how many flags do you need? Seriously.
It's that's a complicated subject.
You have like a very short-term memory when it comes to flags, so you need to be remembered all the time. I don't know.
This is the greatest country in the world, in case you haven't heard. I please.
Just remember,
who
built you? Who rebuilt yours for free?
Oh God!
I think that was the generation of my grandmother. So, but
Well,
that's
half
the
of
same
it.
generation that put us
The
into
bad-
this mess. So,
The bad part was the Russian, but yeah.
That's hilarious.
Sorry. I'm
history.
Sorry, Rich. I'm sorry, Rich.
Explained in the wrong order.
Yeah, I think the problem is that we don't really teach history properly here.
Or even
Civics, we don't. Nothing.
You know, I always have to go back to that one thing you said on the podcast once, where you had this high school final exam on your high school.
Oh,
where
God,
one
yes.
of the questions was, which one of these is not a circle?
No.
Or-
Which one is the circle? That is a true story. That is a true story.
So
wow.
So Dom, when you were traveling through our country, what was the most bizarre thing in terms of like when people came up to you and said, "Are you from?" What was the most like off the mark place? Did someone come up to you and say like, "Oh, are you from like Japan or something?" You know, with the accent.
No, actually, not many people said anything about that. There was one point where we were driving, or we were in line to drive up to Mount Washington, because you can drive up by car there, and she wanted to instruct me on which gears I would need to use. You know, low gear when I'm going driving upwards or downwards, and since I'm used to driving shift stick or driving stick. I was obviously a little bit confused, and then she realized, oh, they're probably not from around here. That was the most that happened because I don't know. I think my accent is not very placeable to many people because it also changes quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have this. Sometimes I sound a little bit more British. Sometimes I sound a little bit more American, and then I slip up. Of course, I don't have a perfect accent. So usually people are just confused when I talk.
Yeah,
because they start to focus on what I'm actually saying, not what I sound like.
I have a friend of mine whose wife is German, and she's like, "I'm really tired of people thinking I'm Russian."
Yeah, that's kind of weird because the family of my girlfriend, they are Russian, and that accent doesn't sound anything like German.
Yeah, don't make them mad.
No, they love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good trip. But yeah, if you go down there, let us know. We'll take you to that fine American place called White Castle, and then we'll take you to Waffle House.
So you will wine and dine me, I see.
No,
the best the Southeast has to offer.
We'll swine and dine you. Swine and dine you.
That too.
Chicken and waffles.
I'm a. You know, I will go to the dollar
eat.
store and buy a Jolt Cola because that was the highlight of my trip when it comes to food, I think.
Oh, we'll take care of that.
I know you will.
Hell, the food trucks at Dragon Con alone will take care of you.
Yeah, exactly.
In more ways than one.
Yep.
Come around back here.
You gotta do it in a soft voice and quiet.
Yeah, that's right. You know, one of the record stores I go to in Atlanta's got a German guy who works there. He'd be thrilled to meet you because I don't think he's probably gotten to speak German in like 30 years.
That's kind of weird because I would talk German all the time if I were living in the US just to piss people off.
Well, there's more. There was an article published that the second largest language spoken in America that's not English is German.
Yeah, but it's, you know, I always think that statistic is not really up to snuff. I mean, in Pennsylvania, there's a group of people there. I think we call them the Pennsylvania Germans, actually, who speak in a very weird German accent.
Well, there's Germantown, Pennsylvania,
and I happen to understand them very well because the dialect where I'm from is close to that. But I think not every German would understand them, so it's always a bit weird.
Yeah, because my grandmother, her German was like Prussian German, like more like, and it was just almost like kind of Austrian German. It was a totally different. I've been told dialect-wise, it was different, but
you know, considering how small Europe is and how small Germany is, we have a ton of accents and dialects, and some of them qualify as their own language. So
Yeah,
it gets messy.
well,
Well, they all would have spoken German if it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
well, it's like on a UK television show, on a panel show, when they start giving each other shit about their regional accents.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you just said. It's fucking hilarious to me because, again, not a huge place comparatively speaking.
True.
Yeah. When McAvoy was hosting Saturday Night Live and he was talking in this native tongue for a while, you're like, I can't understand him. Which is weird because generally the Scottish thing doesn't bug me, but yeah.
Well, they did that entire skit about it.
Yeah, that's
Which was great.
The airport one was great.
Yes.
Have you seen that skit where two Scottish people walk into an elevator and the elevator is voice activated? It's awesome. It's really, just Google that voice activated elevator. I can Google it for you. You can Google it. It's really what, and they just say 11, and it just doesn't understand you. It's wonderful. Really a nice skit.
So, should we mosey towards recommendations?
Yeah.
Of course. Why not?
Dom, I know the sun's coming up for you.
Nah, it's not even 5.
Oh God! All right, who wants to go first? All right, Rob, I nominate you.
Hold on, I gotta pull them up. The ones I sent you. Oh, here they are. Okay.
I choose you, Rob.
Yeah, I sent them early because I'm dumb. Okay, so ow.
Ow.
Are you all right?
No. You should know this by now.
No, that's true. Good point.
So, yeah, first thing I want to recommend is a band called Piroshka. And so basically, there was this band a long time ago called Lush that were really great. And it's Mickey from Lush, and then a guy from a band, Moose, one of the guys from
They make
Modern
makeup
English.
now, don't they?
No, but they're called Piroshka, and they've got an album called Brickbat. So if you like that really sort of like fuzzy, guitar-y kind of pop stuff, then that's for you. Also a band called Ladytron, which they're for being from England, they are very German in that they sort of wear their craft work on their sleeves. But they have a new record out. They pretty
That
much
was the most Rob sentence you ever said.
I like it.
You're asking for it, kid.
I don't need to ask for it. You're coming anyway.
Widge is going to be like, hey, I got kicked out of DragonCon for hitting a kid with Mein Kampf. It was great.
That would be hilarious, though.
Yes, it would.
Oh, shit, I
but
can't
then,
breathe.
sadly, I'd have a whole new audience that I don't want to have. And then
Well,
there's
let's
also...
get you elected president.
Whoa,
No.
hey. It's funny because it's true.
You're the killjoy now. Thanks. So the other thing I want to recommend is a band called Tallies. Their album's called Tallies. It's really sort of jangly. It's great and it's awesome. Then I stumbled across this book, Widge.
Yeah.
The Golden Age of Science Fiction, A Journey into Space with 1950s radio, TV, films, and comics. And it's by this guy named John Wade. It's like basically a history of science fiction culture in the 1950s.
Nice.
And it's a hardbound book with tons of photographs and just stuff in it. It's really detailed too. So that's really great. And then they've released visual music. It's this book Brian Eno did years ago, and it's finally come out in paperback. It's called Visual Music, and it's sort of pretty much a guide to everything Brian Eno. And it's like a biography of him, but it's also pretty great. And then DVD wise, the David Byrne movie, True Stories, is now out on Criterion and Criterion Blu-ray. So not only do you get John Goodman acting his little self off, you get David Byrne as well. And I think True Stories kind of gets overlooked for just being kind of peculiarly odd and interesting, but John Goodman's really good in it. So, yeah, True Stories. That's it. Ding.
Cool. Thanks, Rob. And for the record, John Goodman's pretty much awesome in everything.
But you would not expect him to be good in True Stories. You just wouldn't. You know, it's like, oh, it's a musical with talking heads, but he's
Does John Goodman sing? Because he can sing.
he can sing. He doesn't sing much in that, no, but he's I don't think he doesn't. It's just for his career too. It was like it came at an interesting time as well. So I think he got a nice. I think he did Lebowski after True Stories, but he got a nice little bounce off of his performance in that. So.
Goodman, most huggable person.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, thanks, Rob. Dom, what have you got?
I only got one thing left because I recommended so much stuff during the podcast, and I shouldn't recommend this. I really shouldn't because.
Oh God. Warning.
Don't worry. It's very wholesome and good.
Proximity alert.
That's what they said about Himmler.
Nobody ever said it about Himmler, not even his mother.
I regret nothing.
I've seen Hogan's Heroes. I know you're lying.
I've seen that show too.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it on a whole different level.
It's great because like all the actors in it were Jewish, and they were like, there's all kinds of in jokes that apparently Americans don't get, but if you're German, you get all the in jokes. So
I can't wait. I would officially say that we should host a Hogan's Heroes episode by episode commentary podcast starring Rob and Dom.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm in. Oh, the ones with Bernard Fox are like the best because he's nuts at them.
I definitely still need to watch the documentary about the lead actor because he was outrageous, I hear.
Yeah. Bob Crane.
Bob Crane, yeah.
Yeah. And then like just the stuff that like him and Richard Dawson would not get away with half the things that they did now. That goes, I think, for most people in showbiz back then. No, but I think it's pretty.
Yeah, Richard Dawson is a fucking genius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I shouldn't recommend this is, sometimes there is a person who's very good at everything and very likable, like Viggo Mortensen. Where you're like, wow, why does he exist? And I still like him. And
speak for yourself.
Yeah. And David Tennant is one of those people. He's really good at everything he does. He's very likable. And he now has a podcast.
Yes.
So
really?
That's like you ruining it for the rest of us. I actually tweeted to his wife that she should stop him, but she didn't reply, so which was probably wise. But in the end, it's just another podcast, and it's really good. And he has a good voice. We all know this. We love his accent, no matter which accent he chooses to speak in, because he can choose anyone he wants to. And he had Olivia Colman on in the first episode. The second episode was with Whoopi Goldberg, and they're both very relaxing, good conversations. And I highly recommend it. And it is wholesome and good. So therefore, ding. Sorry, it was my Dalek converter. Exterminate. And it works. Still.
Jesus.
Dork.
Takes one to know one.
So is it just he's bringing friends of his on and just having a chat with them?
Well, Whoopi Goldberg is not really a friend of his. Olivia Colman, of course, is. He probably gets who he wants to talk to. I mean, he has about 5 to 6 people working on this podcast where 2 people talk.
Jesus.
So, I'm speaking for everybody involved in this. We do everything, and he has 6 people working for him.
Well, Whoopi Goldberg is a huge Doctor Who fan, and she was on record saying that Tennant was her favorite Doctor. So that's part of it.
Nice.
That's part of it. Yeah.
And she tells, of course, the story about her being on Star Trek and how that happened, which is always nice to hear, especially from her. And it is important.
She's got a great voice too. For a podcast, she has a perfect voice for that.
Yeah.
She's got a really great speaking voice. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done.
Another fucking podcast for me to go listen to.
But they're not even an hour long, so it would be fine.
All right, good. All right, John, what have you got?
I'm just gonna go ahead and recommend Russian Doll on Netflix.
Oh yes, I saw the trailer for that. How much have you seen?
I burned through the whole series, the whole first season, because they already ordered more.
So it's good, yes?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
It's
Is it better than the Ted Bundy thing?
I saw I walked through the room while my wife was watching that.
Don't.
So
Don't turn off the light if you watch that.
She had the candle burning and she had all the lights off. What does that mean?
That means she's trying to conjure Harry Houdini in a seance.
Did she have a little altar with photographs and a little bit of garlic, a pentagram, maybe?
Tinfoil hat.
Pictures of David Duke.
Was she talking about how the royal family of Britain are all lizards?
A model of the hollow earth, maybe? That's, by the way, that's another thing I could recommend is there is a British YouTuber called Simon Dan who is doing the God's work by the God, by the way.
The God?
Yeah, the God, Cthulhu, by taking flat earther videos and commenting on them. And confronting them with science, because I cannot stand a single flat earther video because I just get insanely angry. But if he comments them and gives them feedback and says, that's just wrong, and explains what the science behind it all, it's enjoyable. It's something you can have in the background and somebody who is being the smart ass for you. It's really enjoyable.
It's nice when you can outsource your smart assery.
Yeah. And also, I'm not that versed in physics. Not as much as he is.
Well, my favorite was the somebody did a demonstration of what the eclipse would have looked like with a flat Earth, which is great. It was just a dark line across the moon. I love that.
And there's one YouTube video. It's from a radio station featuring Richard Garriott. I'm pretty sure you know who that is.
Lord British.
Yes, the inventor of the Ultima games, also a very rich person. His father was an astronaut. He paid money to be in space. He also went to Antarctica, and he was a guest on a radio talk show, and they also had a flat earther there. So it was great. Nobody has ever been there. I was. You have not seen a 24 hours sun. Yes, I have. I have recorded video. It's wonderful. Really, very enjoyable.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it just bounces off of them because it can't think.
Yeah,
that's true. He kept insisting. You did not see that. There is no record of this. Yes, there is.
That's like, okay. Can I just say that's like my dog?
Yeah.
Because she will come up and be like, "You need to feed me," and I'm like, "I just fed you like 15 minutes ago," and she's like, "I don't see any evidence for that." I said, "There's kibble. I put it in your bowl." She's, where is that kibble now? And I say, "Well, you ate it." "Oh, so it's inside me. That's very convenient, isn't it?" So she's a kibble skeptic, I think you would call it. Anyway, so John, what's that?
Russian Doll.
Russian Doll. God, I gotta see it. I one of those that as much as I fucking hate. Okay, I fucking hate on Netflix the autoplay trailers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here's the reason. IO with Anthony Mackie in it looked like it was going to be pretty good. But then the trailer kept going. I was like, no, you're showing me the movie. Shit. And so like 75-80% of the movie I already know now. So what's the fucking point? Anyway, but yeah, Russian Doll was one.
When you have that in DVD menus, when DVD menus just show you the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, that's bad. It's not, and it's almost kind of it's like the Universal DVDs that would update over the internet if you plugged your DVD player into the internet, which I never fucking did. Would update with new content that you couldn't skip. Fuckers.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I absolutely thank you. I was gonna actually bring that up. Russian Doll. Awesome. Okay, so my recommendations, I already mentioned Polar, but I'm also going to mention the fact that Criterion had their stuff on a different streaming channel that I've forgotten what the fuck it's called because it's gone away, but they're basically creating their own streaming channel that's showing up in April. And basically, if you sign up now, you get like 30 days free, and you're locked in to like $9.99 a month for forever, as long as you have an active account. And until they launch, they're doing movies of the week. Right now, they have what was it with Peter Falk, Mikey and Nikki.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Amazon. I was thinking about getting that.
Yeah. So, but my hope is, and I think this is correct, that they're going to have the commentaries and features and so forth, or at least some of them, from the releases. Like, for example, one of my favorite group commentaries of all time from the Criterion Silence of the Lambs, which has recently gone back in print. I made a point of giving away one of those every year at the Fun Fest simply because it's that fucking good. So yeah, that's my other recommendation is the Criterion Channel. You can find it on CriterionChannel.com, and I assume that deal is
that's done. Yeah,
it's like, well, I mean, the deal for the $9.99. I think I would assume it's done as long as you get it before they launch. I guess I don't know.
I think it's through the first week they launch.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah. But I between this and Masterclass, I don't know that I'll ever watch any more television. I'm fucked.
I will never leave the house.
Yeah, I know. Werner Herzog. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Oh, dude, he's batshit crazy.
Oh, you know,
in the best way possible.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's German.
I know. Oh, he is, dude. He is so German.
How German is he?
The stories that he tells are fucking crazy. I mean, it's like, you know, I basically, you know, was doing this movie about a guy who moves a ship over a mountain. And we actually moved a ship over a mountain. And I saw a guy get bitten by I'm not doing this any fucking justice whatsoever. But because it's in his voice, which is an amazing voice. And he talks about, yeah, so this guy got bitten by a snake, and it was one of the most venomous on the planet. And he looked at me and basically took the chainsaw he was using and cut off his leg. I'm like, he tells us like you or I would talk about. I couldn't believe that I missed the bus.
Yeah, well, it's just what happened, you know.
I know. But although the great thing was he, and I'm not spoiling anything because he's there. It's all fucking genius. But he talks about how he got his style of doing narration for his documentaries from watching, of all things, Unsolved Mysteries. And he does an example. He says, so the dentist came home and saw that the door was ajar, and there was blood. There was blood in the foyer leading back into the den, and it was quiet in the house. And he says this. He says, pause, pause, pause. Too quiet. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
very matter of fact. I'm looking forward to it, but as of now, Neil Gaiman has me back actually writing, so that's pretty comforting.
It's a great class.
Yeah,
it's so good. So
I wish I could just put everything on pause and just do this 90% of the day right now. I would just
what this doable. Podcast? Jesus.
No.
This
is the rest, the 10% that are left.
Worried about.
No, just the class. I would just love to work through the class every day.
I know. So yeah, that's the end of the recommendations. And I will also say that John mentioned something on Netflix, but he was also correct when he didn't mention that if you go to Need Coffee, that's threw me because you didn't actually do. If you go to needcoffee.com/Amazon.
What happens if you do that?
I don't know. You show up to the front page of Amazon.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know, but you know what it's almost exactly like?
No, what is it like?
It's like you've gone to the front page of Amazon.
Wow.
I know, right? It's not even a simulation. It's
my
so
mind
real.
is boggled.
I know, I could tell, and mine has Yahtzeed. So if you do go to needcoffee.com/Amazon and purchase some of the weird things that we've talked about, or even some of the things we have not talked about.
Or just milk. Just order milk if you need milk.
Order milk. And the milk, I understand, on Amazon has some fantastic reviews. So
it's white.
Why you gotta be all racist? Anyway, so haven't had to say that in a while. Anyway, so that brings us to the end of another episode of Weekend Justice. And I think as we stare at each other across the empty beer bottles of life that are on the table in front of us here in the Hall of Weekend Justice, I think it is more than adequate for us to simply pause and whisper in a voice to make your brain tingle,
Andy Warhol.
Ah.
Oh, yeah,
Gantry stands.
that's tingly. Oh, I'm tingling.
Can we just de-escalate the situation?
Too late.
That never happened on here.
It's
Never.
tingling. Oh God.
And unless I am not mistaken, that's a sexual reference?
Oh yeah.
Aw,
Oh
I
yeah,
miss her.
Robo-Din. It totally is.
I missed Din.
Well, she's busy writing the episodes.
Somebody has to.
I know. Her and Doc are on the show because they're busy writing them. This is all heavily scripted.
By the way, you never answered. No, none of you, and now there are only two left, ever
Huh?
answered if DragonCon this year is, if there's anything known already that is exciting.
I actually had an answer for you some time ago, and the answer is so far nothing.
Thank
I
you.
have-
That was very satisfying.
I have an answer as well, and it's simply to echo what my esteemed colleague, Mr. Butella, said.
It's too early. It's too early for them to start doing announcements or anything. But
That's
mean,
one of those things where people book hotel rooms 10 years in advance, but nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if you're look, as a person who lives this a lot, and says this a lot, if you're going to see one particular person, don't bother coming.
No, you know that's not going to. I mean,
it's not going to.
I'm going to see you guys, and you will be there probably. So, but the
That's
other
the plan.
stuff, I'm just curious about.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
so
far,
I could save,
so
I
far
could save a lot of money on tickets if I just visit you guys and eat your fridge empty.
You know, it's I was looking at the DragonCon website, and you almost for the past 10 years could post the same photos of the people they've announced thus far, because I believe it's the same exact people every single time. And this is no affront to those people, by the way, just for the record. It's their writers and whatever, and they're just staples of
Con life.
yeah, of DragonCon specifically. But it's just like this time of year, it's like there's like 12 people on the featured list. And they're all, and again, not to besmirch
Glad to have them, but it's no surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will be announcing surprise people up until like 2 weeks beforehand.
Yeah, that's true.
They've done it the day before con starts.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I think William Shatner was either the day. It might have been that Sunday before con, something like that. It was really, really close when they announced Shatner, and they already had Nimoy, but then they announced Shatner was going to be there as well.
So it was yay! Oh, Shatner too.
That's the year that Lee put her eye out.
Wow.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, everyone should.
Because
Patch, that's what we called her.
I mean, Shatner now, the last episode of the Geek series that is not a Geek series since season 1, probably, Big Bang Theory, now shot its last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just ticking boxes. Okay, we never had Shatner on, and we never had Kevin Smith. Now we had them too. So
That's the other show that I would actually like to watch is the Indian Detective. That basically has William Shatner as the bad guy.
there's a Columbo episode with him, wasn't there?
I think everybody was on Columbo, just like everybody was on Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Probably Murder, She Wrote.
There is one TV station in Germany that always shows Columbo episodes at night, so you have always something to watch if you're awake and cannot sleep. Because you can always watch Columbo. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just one more thing. Yeah, but can you watch Mrs. Columbo? The
Very
spin-off
rarely.
series.
Very rarely. You will have to watch Voyager. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, most people don't know there was a Mrs. Columbo.
Mm. Yeah.
There was.
As long
It
as you
happened.
don't- Yeah, I know. I
It happened, folks.
I might have seen one episode, but again, I always digress back to Voyager, and then I'm pissed.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I know. Well, there weren't that many episodes, so you're ahead of most.
I cannot watch everything. That ship has sailed with the year 2017, I think.
That's for the best. It was wearing floaties.
God.
I don't know what that means.
Are we by now just torturing our recording man over in this little booth?
No. We've been torturing him this entire time.
I'm eating a donut. I don't care.
Aaron.
We should
Miss
run
him
away.
too.
We should run away so I can pee. That's important.
That's actually the only reason I'm going to hang up now because
Because you know you got to respect the bladder.
yeah, because as soon as I hang up, I have to do a little bit of work and maybe actually go for a run. Although I'm not sure that I'm going to do that at 5 a.m.
I understand. I only run when chased.
That's the thing. I'm using the Zombie 5K app. So
Nice.
that tells you that you should better run.
Nice.
That's the thing. I have been running at 2 a.m. in the morning through the snow with the Zombie 5K app, interrupted with the audiobook of The Stand. So
I respect that.
I don't know. I haven't been scared so far because what actually scared me was that Lovecraft podcast that I told you about the last time around. That
Right.
adaptation of Charles Dexter Ward. That would really caused my paranoia to spike up. I don't know why.
It happens.
Anyway, I think we should exterminate this recording. And sorry, I love that thing.
I understand. You're the German equivalent of the Chewbacca mom.
No, I'm not. I like her, I respect her, but I'm not anything like her.
Oh God! All right, I'm gonna go pee.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Bye bye.